Alrighty, welcome everyone. It is the final day of July, and what a great way to round out this hot summer month than here with 10-4 Broadcasting. Tonight we will be hosting the one and only Big Show live at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. I'm your lead producer tonight, Patrick Morrison. Joining alongside me is Kynan Jones, and hopefully Timothy Hammond, but he'll be in here just a little bit later. The Big Show is known for their super speedway schedule, and they're sure to bring a full field every single appearance. Auto Club was built on a site in the Kaiser Steel Mill between years 1996 and 97. The cost of that build was over $100 million, but Penske went ahead and took that over and added a few more seats out there. This track brings big names and speeds of upwards over 200 miles an hour. We'd like to remind all of our viewers that Ray Garcia does the setup for all the trucks makes, and that's even so we're talking about the Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota. So the playing field will be even as far as the setups. Keep in mind as we are kind of watching the qualifying out here with some of these trucks. I'm about to see if anybody's out there right now. And everybody, I think, is really starting to wait it out. They got about another 7.5 minutes of qualification. You'll notice the temperature will change and the sun's setting. I believe some of these drivers out there are waiting to see if that temperature will change and let them pick up a little bit faster times. Right now, TJ Krober and Charles Fletcher up in the front row so far. That'll be the 88 and the 67 car, and we will see them when they get ready to line up. But really, I'm interested to see how fast these cars can get going. As a throwback out there for Ray Garcia, it does take a lot of time getting these cars set up. You know, I mean, he spends all month, and a lot of his admins that you will see out here tonight spend a lot of time with him as well, trying to see, different fuel loads, how the car handles at certain times, and kind of really where to place these cars here. That way they maintain fast, maintain speed, and where these cars can end up. I think we're going to see a lot of drafting. What I'm concerned about is the bump. These Craftsman trucks are known to slide around a bit and get real loose in the turns, but you will see some of these, some of these cars, they'll hit that bump coming out of down the backstretch and entering turn 3. You'll actually see almost the front end of the truck pick up off. So you'll see right here, I believe we have Landon Gentry out there right now trying to warm up his tires here a little bit, and we're going to see him kind of give a decent qualification lap. Hopefully he can get up there. He's been kind of on the back foot past couple races we've been watching him. He's one of young drivers out here on the Big Show. Man, really excited to see how well these guys can do. As you kind of see, he is fighting getting these tires warmed up there. That's kind of why you guys see him wobbling there a little bit here during his first lap here. So he's going to have a slow first lap, and I'm curious, I totally expect to see him probably easy top 10. It's hard to say because, yes, he is an admin here, but he does spend equally enough time out here with Ray Garcia. Some of these, some drivers kind of opt. They go ahead and practice a couple of days, and then they show up here for the show. Others, they spend, at least over 20 days setting up these cars, feeling out the tracks, getting used to every temperature, and being able to put this thing down. So here we go with Landon Gentry. Let's try to take a little ride along here with him and see how he's doing so far. Alright, and there should be Landon Gentry's time. We'll see where he ended up, and unfortunately for that lap, that put him in the 16th position. So as you can see, this is starting to be some trouble for some of these drivers out there just being able to get hooked to this track. With it being just not that right time. I mean, the temperatures are going to change. That track temperature right now is sitting at 67 degrees. So this is going to be a bit of a tricky turn here. We're looking at Greg Blazin here. He placed in the 22nd position. Let's see Heath Rutherford here. He placed. Oh, actually, he's starting to warm up his tires. I think he's being a little more on, trying to get those tires warmed up, and that is one thing. A lot of guys don't think about later on. We did see Landon how he was taking those inside turns there, a lot more aggressive than I would have figured. Trying to do. With this being such a long track, being over 2 miles long, this, you kind of aim for that outside line and try to, pull the truck around, let the tires heat up by the more friction you use on the outside. Oddly enough, that is more tire saving, riding that high line, and once you want to get more aggressive, then you're able to drop down and kind of get that low line. I've had decent success here, but you see right there, that car kind of bouncing right there, and the drivers are feeling that. We saw Landon Gentry on the inside, how his wheel is fighting, trying to keep that thing going. But let's take a ride along with Heath Rutherford here and see how he does on his final lap. Kind of see there him kind of getting through too there. I mean, I just try to watch how the truck and how with the wheel you kind of got to keep this thing pretty straight, because once you start getting in the draft, it is going to loosen up this truck something fierce. But yeah, pretty good form there. Interesting to see him trying to take this low line through that Geico restart zone, and let's see where he ends up. 4th place. Check that. Man, what a quick move there. I'm going to go ahead and let's get us a vertical ticker here. Man, look at that. Rutherford there in the 4th. Michael Wiley up there in the 1st. So these guys have got to start keeping an eye out for that timing here. We are less than 2 minutes left of qualifying. Let's see. Jonah Long out there. There we go. And we got a few people out there in the chat. Jason Long rooting on for him, hoping he's going to be able to get out there. Green Cat 33, if I win, do I get a free admin box? I do not believe so, but since you joined us, what I can do for you is get you a coupon code so you can get one of those things. If you type in 10-4-box, that's with 2 X's, that'll knock that thing down, get you a decent discount there, bud. And don't forget to mention us. Use that coupon code because it always helps. That way you can get one of those admin boxes for yourself, especially if you are a league racer, league admin, or you're just a racer yourself and you want to have one to use. But man, really, I'm interested to see how these guys get going. Jamie Shaw, I hope you all are thinking about 2nd place. So we'll see where Shaw is out here, because I know a bunch of drivers out here willing to get out there. I'm not sure if we got a few more guys out there on the track. I believe we have 39 that qualified so far from what my ticker is saying here. Really, this is going to be a fun-filled night. We are rounding down with less than 30 seconds left to go here in this qualifying session, and these guys are going to get lined up, and man, I can't wait to see what the big show can put on for us today, because normally, I mean, these guys come out here, and it's so wild. I mean, them only being here once a month, and being able to get these cars as fast as they are, getting such a turnout with so many guys out here on the track. I mean, that blows my mind how many guys they get going. Brian Gentry out there in the chat, I see you. Landon Gentry, his pick tonight, I see. Go Landon, go. And we got a few out there. Let's see. We had a couple of picks by one of our league guys out there. Let's see. If you were to make the top 10 picks you were looking for tonight, looks like we have Ray Lane, Tristan Stephenson, Josh Bittner, Ben Lindley, TJ Krober. We saw him. He is still up there in the second position. Michael Wiley, who qualified pole here tonight. So he's going to win him a little bit of money. Chuck Fletcher there in the 67 car. Ray Garcia's, Jonah Long in the 7, and Eric Narawoski. So we'll see how he ends up here tonight and where all those guys end up. So really a lot of guys that they were saying are going to be up here in the front. So Eric is in 10th. Let's see. Man, Lindley, he's in 7th, so he called out Wiley and Krober in 1 and 2. So already a lot of guys already picked out. Fletcher, there we go. Fletcher for the 3rd position. So a lot of these guys, you know, that it was being chosen and suspected to get a great start on this race here. Really, it's going to be quite the run here tonight. Out there, let's see, Stella. All right, I see you a bunch here at 10-4 Broadcasting. Are there any cautions or fast repairs tonight? I do not believe so. There will be no yellow flags in the first 3 stages of this race. Anyone who wrecks will have to get caught up at the stage break. That's kind of how the big show works here. You may see a couple cars get tangled up and piled up out here on the race. They will get back in line. Really, there seems to be no damage, so they kind of get these guys clutched back together and really able to give them another shot at it, which is, you know, to me, if from the outside, that is really awesome, being able to see, you know, another driver have the option to kind of get, you know, back in control. Any cautions, that normally those cautions end up in the final stage of this race. Normally, if it involves the top 8, there'll be a caution thrown, and then so on and so forth. Really how it's going to kind of keep the field in one piece here. But man, as we get looking here, as these guys get ready to start warming up these tires, I'm interested to see. I mean, once this pace car gets around, he's going to duck down pit road and off we go. So I'm concerned about tire heat. We did see a lot of problems with that during qualification here. So I'm curious to see. Obviously, you see that 88 TJ out there in that truck. You know, some of these guys out there, you know, it's definitely something to think about. Start warming up those tires because, man, you're really going to have to put it down and get this thing underway. I mean, man, I just don't know. With the track temperature so cold at 67 degrees here, I mean, this is going to be a lot of time to get these tires heated up, especially when this is a more of a speedway style track. You have to do a lot of drafting, and it's going to require the grip as well. So I expect a lot of these cars to be getting loose and kind of getting tangled up here. So I hope some of these guys will be able to stay calm, keep calm, cool, and collected as we are getting ready to get underway. Thank you again for joining 10-4 Broadcasting, and I hope a few of my other comrades will join me up here in the booth in a little while. We'll have a few driver chats as we get going, but right now, green flag is out. As super speedways, we do have low gearing, so it will take a little bit of time to get up and away, but man, once they get up to speed, they go flying around the track. But right now, Michael Wiley up there in the front, going to go ahead and try to take a different line there, right there in the middle, not giving the 2 guys behind him any draft help, but we'll see how that plays out for him as he rolls his way down the backstretch here. Man, really good to see. No pile up yet, because normally we end up in a little bit of trouble at the beginning. Some of these cars kind of get mashed up in the backfield, and I hope some of the ones, like Jonah Long, he's able to work his way up as he's moved up to the 14th position. And be able, you know, be in contention for some of this. Let's rotate back here to Jonah Long. I know he's going to be kind of in the scuffle here, but look at him. Got room in front, got room behind. So, man, whoa, dog. As they're starting to make moves there, looks like Stephenson make a good move in that car in the 18, right down, moving toward the bottom. Really kind of a gutsy move. Put a little people nervous there, but it looks like Wiley might be challenged here up here in the front row. Looks like the 88 is going to go ahead and be our new leader here. 150 laps scheduled for this race, so don't get comfortable, get settled in, because this is not going to end anytime soon. These cars are going to be going around, and I've got to know, you know, really, how long can these guys hold on? You know, we sit out here and we watch from our seats and enjoy popcorn and a drink, but these guys are in a car at over 200 miles an hour, or if we want to break it down, and these guys are sitting in a sim, you know, this has got to wear you out. You know, the constant beating and banging, trying to get single file and get this thing under control is really going to be a difficult task for some of these drivers. I want to see some, let's see one of those other drivers out there. Let's see how Timothy Pope's doing. I kind of keep an eye on him. He's a very fast driver. He's moving himself up into the 5th position. So good moves by him so far, but you're going to see a lot of shifting right there. There we go. Jonah Long moving there in the back. It looks like TJ up in the 88 machine has gone ahead and moving around, kind of not really sharing the draft with these admin cars that are obviously second and third running with him. Looks like the 98 machine is out there as well. Heath Rutherford in the top 5. So Timothy Pope, we saw him fast last month, if you guys remember, at that track. He was crazy fast in that one, won four sessions on that one, and then unfortunately lost at the very end of the race. Just couldn't run that driver down. I believe it was Jonah Long that may have won that one. Don't take my word for it, and my memory is shot, but we will say he just couldn't make it. I remember my favorite driver out there of the 728 was unable to secure that one in the bag, but really a lot of things going on tonight. Let's see where. I know we got a lot of people asking for him. Let's see where Landon Gentry is. He is rolling back here. Let's see. That should be Landon right there in the 33 machine. Has worked his way up to the 15th position. So he is already right now 7 spots up from where he qualified because he kind of had a really crummy time. But, you know, he had to get out here and see what he can do. But a lot of guys trying to mix this up and get back forward on this. So Landon Gentry in the 16th position. And let's see, the 44 machine. Is that who I think it is? That should be Ray Lane. But as we like to joke with him in the Racing Revolution that we also broadcast on Wednesday, for him, we will call him Ray Lene. He enjoys that. It's got a good ring to it. But I hope to see him up front as he's rocking that 44 machine. Full throttle is what it looks like he's promoting tonight on the side of his truck. So really a lot of fast racing here. Let's rotate back up to Wiley. Let's see how he's holding up. See if he's getting under fire by Fletcher. But not really. It looks like Wiley's gone ahead and broken away. And just he's got those 2 cars behind him, the 88 and the 67 behind him. And really it's starting to kind of mix up. I mean, I'm really surprised right now that 7 laps so far. These guys have seemed to calm down. A lot of times, if you kind of view us before or at any time, that you will see that the big show, you know, these guys get on the super speedways such as Talladega and Daytona, and it ends up in a pileup, unfortunately. I think everybody kind of gets, the jitters real bad, and they get pushing through to try to see if they can secure this one and get, up front to win for one of these stage wins here. The stage 1 winner will be winning $25 here tonight. So something really to keep in mind, if Michael Wiley can stay up front here, he will not only be winning the pole position that he won for $15, but if he can win this stage, that'll be another $25. So they say money doesn't make people happy, but I tell you what, I think everybody here at the big show, the first thing, on their mind is good, clean racing, and 2 has got to be trying to take a little bit of this money home to fill your wallet, because everyone likes being able to get that admin box or to be able to get a new set of pedals or one of those direct drive wheels. So a lot of these guys I'm hoping to see up there in the front. Man, talk about wild. I mean, if you win first place here tonight, we're looking at a $125 payout. Second place is $50, and from 3rd to 5th is another $25. 6th place to 10th is going to win $10. So regardless, even if you can make the top 10, you're going home with something tonight here at the end of the race. So really excited to see, but a lot of these guys kind of hanging back here. I would almost say the big show promotes hard racing, because if you get a stage win, you win some money. But if you place 3rd, it's not really going to matter, until the final end of the race. So, it makes you want to push for this front pack here. As we can see, Michael Wiley and Charles Fletcher there, 1 and 2, where these guys are, really it kind of seems that, Michael Wiley has this in the bag. I'm curious to see if any of these guys are going to remain here for the rest of the night. Let's see if another driver here. How about 87 of Gregory Ricks? Let's see where he's hanging out. Back here in the 24th, so he's got quite the pile ahead of him. As we're going to take a little ride along passenger with him, and you kind of see that sea of cars in front of him. Interesting to see his race line here tonight. So we kind of see his tires sliding there. Ooh, having to let out the gas. Oh, wow, okay, that's why. It looks like some of the admins here for the big show are going to go ahead and pit here on lap 10. I'm sure the fuel load is a factor here for this race. Yeah, we'll see under first side for some of these racers here. Looks like most of them under the first stop under green will probably take right side tires, and then the second stop another round of right side tires, because this track is very hard on those right sides. I'm curious to see how the tire temperatures are working for these drivers out here. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, there will be unlimited amount of tires. So I guess you can take as many as you would like here, which is really handy, for some who can and can't, really not having to deal with a lot. So as one thing the Big Show goes ahead and knocks out for you is tire issues. Somebody hit the pit cone there. It's a little bit of the tire issues here, the damage issues, and really all you're fighting with is fuel and the guy next to you, pretty much. So it looks like Enrico, good luck. Landon, get the W. So we'll see if Landon can go ahead and get his way back up here. Landon, let's see, man. Where in the world is Landon Gentry? And that 33 machine right now a lap down, but rest of the field still does have to pit. So we'll have to see how any of those guys get back up to the front. Once again, we thank you for joining us at 10-4 Broadcasting, hosting the Big Show tonight at the Auto Club. So 150 laps. This is going to be a nail-biter, I think, to the end. But right now, a lot of these guys doing some pit strategy. 26th place down has already went ahead and pit. So I think some of these guys might try to wait it out here and see if they can get along in the front. But we shall see. I know they're looking at some heat racing for some of the other things they're doing. And I'm waiting to see the final stage will actually be on lap 121. So we'll kind of see how this breaks apart for them here. Let's see, 150 laps. So our first, there we go. Our first stage break will be at 40, 80, and then 120. So these guys haven't even made it, a quarter of the way, and they were already pitting. So interesting to see. Landon Gentry looks like he gets back on the lead lap for now, but we'll keep an eye out for him. Let's see. Some of these other drivers, let's see. Dustin Eaton here in the 14 Toyota. Out there, he's running 31st, 32nd right now. Kind of bouncing and jumping around, so it is a lot to deal with out here. I mean, a lot of these cars up in front, kind of mixing and matching where to go. Timothy Pope is still in the lead up here in the 728 car. Jarrett Woodard behind him and Ricky Wittenberg rounding out your top three. We'll go to Stephen Taylor, Vincent Short, Greg Whitehead, Bradley Stefan, all the way up to the 7th position. But, man, we're getting ready to mix me all up again as it looks like Timothy Pope goes ahead and works his way down pit road here. Man. Definitely a difficult run here for some of these guys. Let's see how Whitehead's doing. This should be Greg Whitehead there in the 3 machine. Check out that paint job. That is a wild one there, kind of psychedelic looking to me. But a lot of these guys are starting to pit and really starting to reconsider how they're going to get going. As you see up on our top ticker there, only the last 28 are now a lap down. So I don't know if anybody is going to pit later. Looks like Justin Coffenbaugh in the 4 has gone ahead and head down pit. So we got a lot of guys heading down pit here, trying to get this thing, but they are staggering every once in a while. So we got a few going down, a couple thinking about it, and then they're not. So really, we'll have to kind of see what in the world is going on here with some of these drivers. Looks like Michael Wiley, he has worked his way into the 10th position. And we're going to see how he files back in with his. Michael Wiley did pit on lap 11. So he is 7 positions down from where he ended up before. Boy, wow, what a wild run we have here so far. Who's pitting and who's not. It's 55 machine is pitting now, obviously marching back 23rd, 24th. So really, you see how that pit changes the game, really where you're going to place. what people decide to do. If you go ahead and don't take tires, only take a fuel splash, and get your way back up front here, it's going to be difficult for some of these guys. Man, really tough to say. I mean, it's hard to say where these guys may or may not end up here tonight. I mean, some of these drivers, you would think would be up there higher, would be moving around a little differently. But, let's take a look at Ray Lane here up in the 6th position. So, he's kind of following suit with some of these drivers out here to get back up front and kind of in contention here. Wow, yeah, really a heck of a run here by some of these drivers. It looks like that 44 machine, man. He's trying to put the work on that 67 and seeing if he can kind of put Charles Fletcher behind him, and he does. So looks like Ray Lane goes ahead and moves in front of the 67 there. And now he's got the 18 of Stephenson in his sight. Tristan Stephenson doing a great job tonight in that 18 machine. He's he's 9 spots up from where he started. So a lot of shuffling here. Michael Wiley goes ahead and resumes the lead up front in that 48 machine. So you are seeing respectively 1, 2, 3, and 4 here on your screen as we zoom out here just a little bit here at Auto Club. Really, what a blast this is going to be. Coming up when he crosses the line, we'll have 20 laps in the bag here at Auto Club. Man, really definite one to look for here. Let's see if we can find. I know some of you all out there in the chat. Allison McCulkey, I see you. Go Jonah. So let's see where Jonah's at right now. Let's see. Jonah's kind of dicing around back here in the 9th position. See if he can get his way back up front. How this is going to go for him. Let's take a peek. There we go. Man, my ticker got all sorts of crazy. Told me almost all the drivers are 20 laps down, and we both know better than that. Jonah Long is much better than that as he is running in the 10th position. Looks like he's trying to keep Heath Rutherford in his sights. Excuse me. Wow. Jamie Shaw in the 84 machine. Seeing if he can run him down and see what we can get going along here. But really, let's see what Jonah can see from the cockpit view of his truck here tonight. There we go. It looks like Jonah goes ahead and gets out front of Shaw. And he's working his way around. I believe Shaw and Jonah did pit on lap 11, so they pit equally. Jonah was just about 1 second longer, so I don't know if he took a little longer to get down pit road or slightly missed his box. But regardless, Jonah Long up there in the 8th position. So we'll take a look at some of those drivers there. Let's see how well they are doing. I want to see Lindley. Somebody was saying Lindley was going to do really well. He's back here in the... Oh, boy. As we already got bumping behind him. Looks like that 25 machine may be getting a little bit of shoving and pushing around. But, boy, they seem to hold it together. Wow. Yeah, it looks like that 25, and I believe that 4 car of Coffin Ball may have gotten into it there a little bit. But we'll kind of have to keep an eye on some of these drivers here. Really, what a blast some of these guys are putting. Let's see. Who else do you guys want to see? Vince Short? Yeah, let's take a look at how Vince Short's doing. They're in the 21st position. Let's see how he's doing there. Showing him as the 26 machine on my screen, but I do not believe that is true. As he's getting around the track here. I believe he's in the 15 here tonight. Man, you do see just so much separation by these cars out here on the track. I mean, we're starting to get really spread apart from some of these drivers. I mean, man, as we get up here in the Goodyear blimp view, I'm beside myself. I mean, a lot of these guys, you kind of would think we'd be smashed up and everything, but it's just showing you, how spread apart we are. Just these guys aren't running side by side, but fortunately, we will have a stage break here in about, let's see, about another 20 some odd laps or so. Probably, yeah, about 35. About 35 laps. Wow, what in the world is going on with me tonight? 15 laps, and we'll be under our stage caution here. But really, let's go rotate back up. Let's see Timothy Pope, how he's doing. Rotating there in the 3rd position, so he's doing a great job here tonight at Auto Club. Man, it might be an idea, you guys, to check out Admin Box since you see what's going on here tonight. Plug and play USB device. Go ahead and throw out those cautions. Wave the black flags if you are an admin, whether you're a league member or not. They can go ahead and get you hooked up with an Admin Box tonight. Visit them at adminbox.com. That's with 2 X's, don't forget. And, man, we can even hook you up with a coupon code here tonight, 10-4-box. That's with 2 X's, and that'll knock that thing down to $125. So I am told it is one heck of a deal. I think they even have the upgrade out there for the different lighting on the boxes, and it even extends it. So I think it took it away from about 20 buttons and moved it upwards of 30. So something else to keep in mind there, but we are looking at Timothy Pope here. Let's move up to that 24 car. I want to say how he's doing up here in the lead, as it looks like, no, the 24 car is no longer in, yeah, 24 cars in the lead. Good Lord, what in the world? These guys are shuffling something fierce. As our old race leader of Michael Wiley here in the 17th position, he went ahead and pit on lap 24 and is getting back out there. Ray Lane up in the 17th position that was behind him is actually in front of him in that 44 machine. Wow, big break there, as it looks like Ray Lane had a 3-second faster pit stop than Michael Wiley. So I'm curious to see if this one, if Ray Lane goes ahead and decides to do another quick stop like he did here and getting his way up front the way he has been, to see if he can secure himself a stage win here. And we'll see how this goes. And it just looks like more and more guys are thinking about pitting. Let's see, Dustin Eaton, Robert Hammer's pitting. William George is pitting. Man, really, a lot of these guys are starting to kind of come down pit road here and really starting to think about, how should they approach this? It's interesting to see how many pit stops for this stage. That will be the second green flag pit stop for most of these drivers so far. I'm assuming we'll probably need at least one more and then stretch it to the end and then pit during the stage break. Man, just these guys, I mean, look how spread out these guys are. Not being able to get really much room or being able to run anybody down. So this will be one of those ones where I believe Ray Garcia and his admin team may go ahead and try to get this one worked through. Since these guys have practiced, they've kind of know where each other may or may not be, and they know how to link up. So we'll see a lot of drafting from those guys there, I'm sure. But we're taking a look at Heath Rutherford here in the 98 machine. Rolling around back here in the 22nd position. I know a lot of those leaders that are up front at this point in time, they still got a pit. I mean, I believe that number 2 car, let's see, number 2 of Steven Taylor, he pit on lap 18. Vincent Short pit on lap 17. So these guys have really been out here the longest so far. And we'll have to see how they get back on the green flag stretch here. But man, just a lot of these guys. I mean, even what it's telling me here, Justin Coffenball here in the 4 machine in 24th position, pit back on lap 16. So he is, I believe, no, Coffenball is still on the lead lap for now, but we'll see if he's in any sort of danger, whether he's going to get put a lap down or not. But I am going to cut away for a quick commercial, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be right. Alrighty, and we are back. Man, really taking a look at some of those sponsors there for here for 10-4. We appreciate you coming out and joining us here tonight. That was Sim Wrap Market, another one of our fine sponsors that we have out there. They are able to make all sorts of paint schemes for you, even custom hoodies, hats, shirts, gloves. Man, the whole shebang. So really, if you want to check those guys out at Sim Wrap Market, they used to be, if anybody remembers, Heatwave Design. So that's another one to take a look out for. But this is, they moved their name to Sim Wrap Market. They enjoy that one better, and that's what we're going to call them. But we'll rotate up here to the leader up front. I believe it is that 36 machine. As he's going around here, I'm wrong. Looks like Taylor is still out there in the lead. Kind of blinking out on me there a little bit, having a little bit of a connection issue. So Steven Taylor and Vincent Short still position 1 and 2 out here in that 2 and 26 machine. So interesting to see that some of the admins are not up in here. I believe the only admin they have is Wiley in the 5th position. And we'll take a look at the 18 machine of Stephenson running real fast here tonight. But right now, I believe the fastest time is the number 24 of Eric Nowoski and his 24 Chevrolet. So right now, he holds a 40.7 second lap. So really interesting run by him here at the big show. Man, really, here on the 31st.
Patrick,
July,
I am here.
What's up? But man, look at that. There he is, my savior. Tim, how you doing tonight, bud?
Listen, I am so sorry. Just getting back from the Indianapolis road course race. Fantastic race if y'all didn't get to watch it. But tonight, we're here at the big show, Auto Club Speedway. How's it been going so far here tonight, Patrick?
Actually, it's been pretty quiet. Michael Wiley had the pole here tonight. We're getting ready to line up in about 4 laps here for the stage end to see some of these guys try to get this thing, under control and back up front. I don't know or don't see Michael Wiley right now, as he may be getting kind of mixed up. Looks like Michael Wiley had on lap 24, but now he is all the way back to the 25th position. So something tells me he got a little tangled up back there. And really, right now, Tim, Jonah Long, I think, is the only one right now of Ray's admin team that was up there in the top 5, but they are shuffling around again, and trying to get some of these guys up here. Auto Club is getting really spread out for some of these drivers here, and it's just, you see a couple of guys next to each other, and then we have almost, another 12 to 14 car lengths before we get the next car. So I'm excited that, stage break here is going to be at 40, and we'll be able to name a stage winner, and then that way these guys can get tires and bunch back up.
Man, that's the name of the game here at the big show. You kind of just you're feeling it out that first, stage 2. Feeling 1 and 2 out, and trying to play some strategy. We got a good field here tonight. I think what is it, about 40 drivers
Yep.
here tonight. So I mean, the big show always has a big turnout. I love it. And you know what I love about the Auto Club is it gives us it allows us to kind of get a super speedway feel with a whole lot of lanes.
Yeah, yeah. Normally, when I was telling the viewers out here, normally I like to run that high line, and here at the big show, kind of how they set this up, because kind of dropping down to that low line and trying to kind of chop the lane here, as we see Jonah Long doing right here on our screen. Timothy Pope kind of doing the same thing. It definitely takes a toll on those right side tires. Tires are not going to be a problem nor damage here tonight, so it may behoove them to go ahead and stay taking that aggressive line that you and I normally long run wouldn't.
Yep. And that's true. That's also, a unique thing to hear at the big show. You go a lap down, couple laps down, trying to figure out what your truck can do here tonight. Guess what? The end of the stage, you're going to be right back in the mix of these things.
Yeah, and really there is no always a favorite here. I know they picked a couple of the top 10 guys. Some of them are up there. Stephenson up there in the third. Looks like Ray Lane there in the 44 machine. He's up here in the fourth position, doing a fantastic job. We know him from Racing Revolution here. So
is that Ray Lene?
That is Ray Lene. Yes, it is. He said we should joke around and call him Ray Lene. He loves it. So
oh, that's good.
But
that's
that
funny.
is the end of the stage. Right.
Fantastic.
There.
Man. So sorry to have left you it looks like you were by yourself there at the beginning. So sorry about that. The cup drivers didn't know how to finish the race not under caution. So had to go to overtime. But somebody keeps blinking there. Is that Mike?
Yeah.
Is that our stage winner as well, I believe?
Yes,
that 82?
it is. Yes, it is. And that is our stage winner. And the 82 machine up front here, really going ahead and taking away that first stage win. So far for payouts, I believe we have $15 going to Michael Wiley for the pole. And Mike here in the 82. I do not want to mess up your last name, bud, but we'll kind of see how this gets going along here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get you guys a vertical ticker here of our top 10, at least. See how these guys placed. So he will be taking home a little bit of cheddar here tonight. Looks like $25 for him, so he should be pretty excited about that. But Tim, you know how it goes. Stage break now, so now everybody flies down pit road, full tank of fuel, probably 4 tires is what I would assume, depending on how they're wearing so far. I have seen in some cases here at Auto Club, it may be wise not to take lefts.
Yep.
Is just go ahead and take the rights, keep the heat in the left tires, and work with it that way.
But here's a question for you, because I actually don't know the answer to what I'm about to ask you. When it's a situation like this where, tires aren't a problem, damage isn't a problem, does the tire heat affect anything overall?
In a sense, I mean they have the unlimited amount of tires, but I believe tire wear does take effect in this one.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I haven't raced much of anything like that. You may have, and I believe we got Kynan here. And let's say Kynan, have you run into any trouble or any kind of race like this that the Big Show puts on?
No, I have unfortunately not. The Big Show is a big event with a lot of money and some very good drivers in it, so I haven't really participated in something like this, but it's a pleasure just to be able to watch it here in person tonight.
Yeah, buddy, and it looks like we are going to have a leader right now. Carson Conway is going to be in the number 72 machine. I believe he's going to be our new race leader, starting this with Juan Marshall in the second position. But man, as much as these guys are shuffling around, kind of figuring out whether they're going to stay out with just one more lap, if they're going to pit or whatnot, but there they go. Looks like Carson Conway is going to go ahead and come down now. And this may be a little bit of strategy here, Kynan. I mean, are you thinking maybe just one more lap and take some fuel?
Yeah, it could be they're just trying to extend it another lap, but if they do that, they're also going to drop to the back, so that may also be the plan, just to drop back, just in case there is a wreck, and then suddenly they're going to be elevated that position that they've just lost, so they really are deciding if it's mainly just so they have an extra lap of fuel, which under caution, you can just save that anyway from putting the clutch in, so could be that, or they're just wanting to filter around to the back.
Okay, and it may be an idea, Tim, is that, when these guys get down pit road, not heading down there when it's so jammed full of cars, just avoid the damage, avoid any kind of, miscommunications getting into your pit box, when you've got 40 drivers coming down there all at once.
Yeah. And that's, that's one of the hard things, coming down pit road with that many drivers. But, it's a big pit road here too, so it's not like you're at Atlanta or Martinsville where it's literally, or Bristol. I mean, we don't know how small that pit lane is.
Yeah, we're taking a quick look here at pit lane. You are right. I mean, look how much room. So you can almost get cars 3 wide, and that's not including the guys in the box themselves trying to get through this. As it looks like that 4 machine of Coffin Ball has gone ahead and gone through pit just one more time. So we'll see how he fares here tonight. I expect to see that number 4 tracker truck getting up front, but man, we're kind of getting around for some caution laps here, and I'm kind of chomping at the bit to see that pace truck right there. Shut those lights off, get this thing going, man, because we still got a lot of laps here to go. There they go. So it looks like iRacing and the admins have decided it is go time. So time for Mike in the 82 machine to go ahead and pick his lane, and let's get this thing double filed here.
Yeah, this restart's going to be really important for these guys to get by who they need to get by heading into the second stage here, because after a while you just kind of get that big spread out over time. So you need to make the passes you need to make here in this stage, heading into stage 3. And man, I mean, who would want some extra cash just for winning a stage race?
Yeah, and that should be pretty interesting to see going on. One of the admins, Jonah Long, up here in the 5th position as we are about to get back underway. So this is going to be quite a shootout for some of these drivers up here. 4 Chevrolets and 1 Toyota up in the top 5. So, this is going to be interesting. It's and it's something to see here, Tim. If Ray sets up all the setups for these trucks, if we were to break it down all the way back to 7th place, they're Chevrolets, except for Stephenson out here in the front. So something to keep in mind, if these Chevrolets may be super fast here tonight, but hopefully they don't all become one and kind of get collected up here as we are lining up for that Geico restart zone.
And the green flag is underway. Oh, 44 gets kind of a slow start there on that outside lane. That's the 44 of... Sorry, I was looking at my notes here.
Ray Lane.
Yeah. So the 82 gets a great start here with the 18 right behind him of Tristan Stevenson. Stevenson kind of running that, coming low and then coming back out high a little bit, coming down the backstretch, trying to get a little bit of just a little extra push to that outside to try and get a draft and just run a different lane. You see, go to the outside. He's got a huge run here, doing a great job on the outside lane. He might be able to take this lead here. He's got the 88 behind him, giving him a good push. Oh, the 82 shuts the door. He comes down to the inside though.
Oh man, and really, and that Stephenson is going to need some help of that 88 machine behind him, because that will, I believe, will be the tiebreaker here, really, as they get going. But man, really looks like Stephenson going ahead and taking that lead away from the 82 machine here, Kynan. And really, it's interesting to see the top 5 have already single filed so far.
Yeah, the top 5 probably deciding just to go single file. No point on really risking doing anything. too dangerous. I say that as there is a change for the lead. The 82 going down low and getting it from the 18 is going to drift up, going to then stop the 18 from really being able to pressure him, but 18 is going to look to try set it up going into turn 1, trying to use that draft to suck right up all the way to the rear bumper, pushing him into the turn. Has to take it easy, lifting ever so slightly just to get the front of the truck to rotate, and it's going to drift back up onto corner exit.
Yeah, interesting for that number 18 car, kind of riding on the outside there, not using all the draft he can by setting the whole car behind him, not making sure he does not end up overheating that engine. So you get a little bit of that draft right there and try to aim for that slingshot as we head down the front stretch here to go ahead and put lap 47 in the bag and keep going for this race. 150 laps here at California, the Auto Club Speedway. Man, this is going to be a battle out to the end, and really, we need to be moving down the line here, but so far, these guys up in the lead are switching back and forth, and you're just not sure who's going to lead the set here.
Pushes him up the track, gets him out of the way, and makes the pass. He's going to drop 4 positions off of that move.
Yes, he is back to 5th position. Mike is there in that 82 machine, and hopefully Ray doesn't lose too many more as Ray Lane goes ahead and makes his move in the 44 machine, looking toward the inside. Going to get a little help behind and see if he can go ahead and keep this over. Looks like Lindley and Fletcher are behind him, and let's see if they're going to go ahead and get this thing moved up back up to the front.
I'll tell you what, that 24 and who is that? Is that Ray Garcia in front of him? Yes, it is. No, it's the number 7. I'm sorry. It's the 7 of Jonah Long. Those guys gained off of that. They gained 2 spots, able to move into 3rd and 4th. And now the 88's going to go to the inside of the 18 for the lead.
Yeah, we're taking a look there. Jonah Long 13 positions up from where he started. So it is going to be quite a battle out there. Stephenson doing just as well. 10 spots up from where he started. But it looks like that 18 machine is going to go ahead and continue leading this race. And that's Toyota Z-Line truck. So, man, Kynan, this is starting to be quite a shuffle up here for the top 5.
Yeah, they got to be careful when defending like this. We saw the 82 try defend and attack both at the same time, but it didn't work out, and he lost more positions than what he realistically could have gained. So that's one advantage that other drivers around there have to take advantage. Maybe just stepping back a little bit, let the cars and other trucks fight in front of you or behind you, hold each other up, and then take advantage of their little slip-ups.
Man, and we're taking a look there at Jonah Long working there on the outside. Got a bunch of guys out there in the chat talking about how they want him to win and get up front there. As boy, he puts a lot of pressure on the 88 of TJ Crover there. So gotta be careful and see if he, those two guys don't rub together. See if they can get back in the draft here, Tim. And you do see, that shift up by the 18. And does that remind you of any driver we've seen before here at Michigan? I'll fill you in. How about the number 11 of Chris Darling? He kind of did the same thing here, where it was the high, low, and what it ends up doing is it allows the 2 cars behind him not really to get much of any sort of draft help from that truck. Is you do see a run happening on the outside, you leave him hanging up there and help the guy who's falling behind, on the low line, and is allowing this now to become a 3-wide issue behind him as Ray Lane is working there on the inside.
Yeah, but Ray Lane, he had the help, and now Jonah Long's going to come down and take that energy from him. But you're right, when we see so much racing, I was like, man, I don't know who he could be thinking of. But yes, you're right, Chris Darling, just the same way that the 18 of Tristan Stevenson is doing. He's just working those lanes. He's, like you said, trying to help the guy down low, helping the guy up top, and you're going to play that game back and forth, and no one's going to gain on you. Because right now, he's loving what he's seeing in his mirror. Side-by-side racing into turn 1. Nobody can catch him. And now, he can just set sail, run his line, and possibly win the stage. But now Jonah Long has cleared the other guys. He's right there on his bumper.
Yeah, and you are seeing a lot of racing here by these guys, trying to figure out where, really where to pick and choose as we're taking a ride along here with Mike in that 82 machine, I believe, really trying to get around make that slide maneuver, you do see his mirror is full of Krober there in the 88 machine. But man, it's hard to get going here. These guys are getting lined up. They are getting some draft there. But it looks like I believe Jonah Long is going to go ahead and try to make a shot for it.
Man, what a great run. Great slingshot, really. And now, we talked about the stage 1 winner, Mike. He's actually making his way back up there, back up to 4th. He dropped all the way back to about 5th or 6th. I want to say 6th was probably the farthest he went back. Now he's working his way back up there. And all of this side-by-side racing has helped him get back up here, stay with these guys, as he's going to try to improve back up to the lead. He wants that money for stage 2.
Yes, he does. Jonah Long in that 7 machine, going ahead and getting his lead lap right there, doing a fantastic job, staying up front. I'm sure Ray and his admin team is happy about seeing this. Yeah, one of his drivers up front, really kind of a battle back and forth, really to stay out front. But he is not going to be alone. Ray Lane is going to try to challenge him on the inside. The only way I can see that happening there, Kynan, is if he starts trying to door draft a little bit to keep caught up.
Yeah, when you are going side by side through the corners on this track, you have 2 lanes that you can really work with, the bottom line and the high line. As we see the 7 and the 44 come into the pits right now, you can try running that low line. You got to use more wheel just to get it to turn, and you've got to slow it down more, but you're going to be better on corner entry. But then if you go onto the high line, then you're able to just keep the tires a lot more happy, cooler, better for long life jeopardy of the tires. But then you've also got the benefit of being able to carry the momentum on the high line. So that's why you see drivers either taking the low line for the good corner entry and initial 1 lap pace. You're able to get around the quickest on the low line, but it's going to be the most damaging to the tires compared to running a little bit more conservatively on the high line.
And Mike in the 82 goes ahead and cuts off Tristan Stephenson there in the 18 machine. Made that move there on the inside. These guys have been battling back and forth for the past few laps now, and then between Jonah and Ray getting involved in it, now they are back at it again. So a lot of those admin cars we see exiting pit road there, getting ready to slice through. I believe that's Michael Wiley there in that 48 machine, is now up there with the leaders, and I'm sure he would like to resume being back up in the front with these guys. So we'll see if a new set of tires for some of these drivers are going to go ahead and aid them in getting away from being put another lap down.
And a quick pit update, as Kynan was saying, the 7 and the 44 came down pit road. The 44 slid through his pit stall. He lost a lot of time on pit road, so he's going to lose a lot of time out on the track. We'll see where he ends up after everybody goes to pits.
Man, and for a 44-second complete pit time that Ray Lane had there, that is going to definitely cost him, and hopefully he is able to work his way back up to the front. But look at this, as we got Landon Gentry here in the 33 trying to push the other car there in front of I believe 98 of Heath Rutherford there, trying to get those guys back up front. Unfortunately, they are running 23rd, 24th, but they did just pit. So these guys pit on lap 56 not too long ago, and really to get this thing back underway, you're kind of trying to wait out these leaders here, Kynan, is really, these guys pitting, you've already pit, and they're not, is trying to wait them out as long as you can. Is it smarter to pit earlier, or is it smarter to pit later and try to get a good placement here?
Obviously, you want to be trying to make as much speed as possible, so you'll see some drivers take it easy on the initial stint. Just try to save the tires and then go long into the race, and then come in, take new tires later on. That's going to give them a brand new set of tires later on when everyone else is starting to then struggle on tires. That's why you'll see people start pitting later to try to have the speed at the end of the stage. But if you pit early, you're going to then get the new tires quicker, which means you're going to be quicker for a longer period of time, but you're going to struggle on the final couple laps of the race. So it's really where you're able to pick up the time and where you are in traffic.
Yeah, the first
and
stage...
that's a good point. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Well, the first stage, actually, some of these guys had at least 2 green flag pit stops. They did, the admin team I saw, they pit on lap 10, and I believe again on lap 20, about 24:26. So it was really tough to kind of gauge when these guys are and are not going to pit. If we're having to make almost 2 to 3 pit stops between stage breaks here, our next stage break will be at lap 80. So we have 20 to go before we even see that happen. First set of pits are happening, and I believe, here, Tim, I'm looking at the admin team. You got to be thinking they're probably going to stretch this a little farther on that first pit stop.
They typically do, they try to push it as far as they can, but I liked what kind of was saying. The strategy I like the most here is pitting sooner than everybody else, because you're gonna gain so much more time on the track than these guys who pit at the later on in the stage. Because if in the big show, a stage break's gonna happen, so you're gonna have to go pit anyway. So these guys gained all that time on you during the stage. It's just gonna be a difficult thing to try to make up after they've they put all that distance between themselves.
Oh yeah, really, kind of where it is kind of a sweet spot. If you pit too late, your tires won't matter, but if you pit too early, then your tires are definitely going to matter. So
right,
it's man, but you got to be thinking it's just one folly here and there. But that's a great part about
82's in.
Yeah, is the big show. I'm looking at the 89 is in as well. So looks like the beginning of the leaders are going ahead and heading down pit road here, which I believe the 020 it is showing out there is actually up there in the lead now. Trying to see if I can find him. There he is. I believe it's that Snap-on truck there.
Simon Sergius.
Yeah, Simon Sergius.
Look at that 27 Hot Wheels car. That's a nice scheme right there.
Yeah. Yeah, doing definitely a lot of wheeling out here. I know Timothy Pope, he owned last race last month. He won 4 stages but just couldn't pull it out there toward the end and try to get that thing back up front. But right now, Timothy Pope is in the lead. Last time Timothy Pope pit was on lap 44, so I believe he is the last remaining driver out there that pit during the stage break. So pitting those extra couple laps later may be paying off for him right now as he's getting back up in the front. Looks like Michael Wiley. Boy, as I say that, look at that. They are shuffling something fierce right there. Some of these guys being able to get back up into the front and figuring out where they end up. Looks like Timothy Pope going ahead and checking out here, which should put Ray Lane. There he is. Let's see how he's doing. See, it show right now showing him in 6th place for me. How is it looking for you, Tim?
Yes, 44 is in 6th right now, which is actually not as bad as I expected it to be. But let me see if I can see the interval here. He's 23 seconds back from the leader. So I'm sorry, I lied. 10 seconds.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
Updating.
And that's the thing. We are doing that shuffle up, and it is being one heck of a time. Right now, what is showing on my ticker at this point is that Jonah Long is up in the front leading this race right now. Gregory Ricks in 2nd. Michael Wiley 3rd. I believe Charles Fletcher showing him in 4th, and Ray Lane may be up to the 5th position right now. But like I said, with all these pits, we are definitely having some shuffling here of where these cars are ending up.
Yeah, and I think my stuff is being slow to update as well. So much shuffling goes on sometimes that our scoring loops don't come across correctly. As you're right, Ray Lane just moved up to 6th.
All right. Well, regardless, we still have Jonah Long up there in the lead. He is ahead by 3 seconds off Gregory Ricks, so he's able to keep out there in front. So that's at least a positive for that 7 machine. Really interesting to see how he can go. Jason Long, you should be proud. He is doing a great job out here tonight, leading this race so far. But I don't know if him leading out there by himself is going to cost him. Gregory Ricks and Michael Wiley may be able to go ahead and link these 2 trucks up together and up front. But, man, does he have a pile behind him to also fight for that position up front as well there, kind of.
Yeah, there's a massive gaggle of cars. uh, One, really, two cornered behind, but if they can get their stuff all sorted out, get into a single file, they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. And they should catch and fly past the 7 very easily, but they all just need to file in single file if they want to catch him towards the end of the stage.
Good luck getting everybody to do that. I'm gonna tell you right now, Jonah Long, he is the first one that came down pit road. The 7 and the 44. 44 missed his pit box, so he's back in this gaggle. But Jonah Long went down pit road, hit his marks, came out, and look where it put him. It put him about. He's still, like you said, they're not working together right now. It's just a whole. It's like they hit corner turn 1 and turn 3, and they just fan out. They're not going to get anywhere with that because right now Jonah is up to a 3.14 second lead over second place, and they're still back here shuffling around.
Yeah, and really starting to be kind of a trouble there as I pull up the track map. That number 2 right there you see dialing back to 3 is Michael Wiley, and that number 1 machine will be Jonah Long, but it looks like Jonah's going ahead and bringing it down pit road yet again, so that makes that just about as useless as it can be, but I believe that 24 car has resumed and taken the lead away.
What is the, maybe I should have asked, what is the fuel window on these things?
Ray did not exactly specify. I believe we're looking somewhere between almost 15, probably 15, 18 is probably as good as we're going to get.
Okay, because I just find this Jonah pit very odd. Okay, he was doing such a great job holding it out there in front. You know, what are we on, lap 69? And in, the 11 laps we're going to have a caution flag?
Yeah, but old Ray Lene here, he's heading down pit road as well as we speak. So, we are seeing these cars kind of clumping up and getting back in there. Oof. It looks like Ray Lane kind of gets a little snag there by that 4-car coffin ball. He's been a little trouble here lately, but we'll see if he only takes rights or lefts as well. Let's see. 4 is down. Only fuel. All right, so looks like right side's and only fuel for Ray Lane. And back out he goes in that 44 machine. But you wouldn't believe who's back in the lead. It looks like that 82 machine, man. He is back up front.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him try to push the envelope here. Because, I mean, shoot, why not get some more money?
Yeah, I don't see why not, man. It's really, we see a lot of these drivers being able to get out front there. And Kynan, so far, I know you two showed up a little late here at the Auto Club Speedway. Really, what is your takeaway so far from what you're seeing?
Well, with it being the big show, I came in expecting good racing, and I'd say it's delivered. And we're not even halfway in this race, so there's still plenty more very close racing to come.
Yeah, and I would say I knew it was going to be a great show. Unfortunately, the Auto Club, the only way you're going to be able to enjoy this track much longer, out of the trucks, out of the big show, and out of Ray's building of these chassis every single race. It's fantastic. It's been great so far.
Yeah, it has been. And as we're taking a look here at Stephenson, we did see him kind of rub the wall there a little bit on that right front, which did cost him some time. So he's fallen off Mike in that 82 machine, and he is now marching back, unfortunately, for him. It looks like Landon Gentry there. He is rolling around, I believe, in the 19th position. So that 33 truck is not doing too well here at the Auto Club. We do see Landon up front a lot.
They just went to pit.
Not right now. The 30, which one? Landon?
The 33, the 87, and the 7. All three. Or 67. I'm sorry, the 48. That's the other one.
Oof.
So sorry.
Yeah, we are seeing some of these guys here out right now. So we are crunching down to that next stage break. We have 6 laps to go. And then we will have our next stage caution to get this thing back underway. Michael Wiley here, our pole winner, back in the 16th position. So he's fighting to get back up front. I'm curious to see if any of these guys can get going. 728 of Timothy Pope there. let's see where he is ended up right now is showing him in the 7th position. So really just the mix-up from some of these drivers. I mean, just they're here, they're there, they're in the front, they're in the back. And I think it's just that fuel window, Tim. Really where these guys are going to be. And, man, it's almost if you pit 2 laps late, it drops you back 10 spots. But if you pit 1 lap early, you're back 10 spots. So you're not, there's really no rhyme or reason when to pit here at this track.
The only way you're really going to gain spots in time is just kind of catching everybody else off guard. But with so many drivers in the field, 41 drivers in the field, it is almost impossible to secretly pit.
Yeah, we are, man, secretly pit. Somebody else who may or may not be thinking about pitting here, Vincent Short in that 26. Showing me on the 26 machine, but I do believe he is the 15 out there on the track. So, regardless, either way, look, Vincent Short, last pit on lap 63, along with Juan Marshall back there in the 79 car. These guys haven't pit yet, and I don't know if they're going to be able to make it here to the end. But this is going to be quite a shuffle yet again. I mean, these cars, just where are they going to be? How are they going to place? I mean, so far right now, we see a lot of Chevrolets up in the front top 10 here. So it seems those are the trucks to be fast here at the Auto Club. And really, man, where they're going to be here in the final stage is one to question. This looks like Juan Marshall in the 79 is going ahead and heading down pit now. So a lot of these guys, not too many. Seems he's the only straggler right now who is down pit road. So, and he goes, which still leaves the 82 and the 18 up front of this race. Stephenson is 2 seconds off the leader, so he's got a lot of work to do to get back up front here.
It could be that drivers have now seen that pits are gonna be closed, so if they needed, they were gonna pit when they did. So if you didn't make it into the pits now, that's it. So now you've got to hope for the caution come out sooner than later, especially if you can see you're not going to have enough fuel. So hopefully all drivers now have all the fuel that they need to make it to that stage caution. But if not, you might need to do a little bit of lifting and coasting.
Yeah, as we are looking here at Tristan Stephenson in that 18 machine. When he crosses the line, we will have 1 lap, and we will be at the end of that stage, of the end of stage 2. And I believe that 82 machine, seeing that he has almost now a 3-second lead, is now going to be a stage winner of stage 2 now. So this is going to be quite the race for him. Really a pile up. I'm interested to see, Tim. Look at how this 82 is running here, man. This guy is staying out front.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, he is staying out front for so long.
And it's, his truck is really good on these long runs. Everybody's got to go down pit road. He fell back in that beginning of stage 2, but was determined, got through the pit stops, and here wins stage number 2. Stage number 1, stage number 2, and he's just consistent with this line right here.
Yeah, and there he goes ahead and gets that stage win right there. Caution flag is out for the stage. So another $25 to the number 82. Man, Mike is doing a fantastic job out there, and really interesting to see, where this can end up. I mean, Tim, I'm so beside myself at this point, where these guys end up and where they're going to be during this race. And I'm curious to see if we can have a little chat with him. I'm going to see if I can find him and see if he's interested in having
I was about to bring him up for us.
Oh, man. Dude, yeah, make it happen.
All right, I'm going to bring him right on up. Hey, Mike, it's Tim Kynan and Patrick in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Mike, you got a copy?
Oh, no.
All right, I'm not sure. I would imagine he's there. He's driving, but he might have Discord muted. A lot of drivers will mute their headphones for one thing and not the other. so he can hear things on iRacing. So we'll see if we can't check back with him here in a few.
But I know a driver we can talk to, and I know a lot of people would like to have a little chat with him. Number 7 car. Why don't you bring Jonah Long down in here? I mean, I'll grab him. There we go.
Okay.
Jonah Long. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, dude. How is this race treating you so far?
It's gone pretty well.
Come on. I was gonna say, you got to give me a little more than that. I mean,
We kind of goofed a little bit on our strategy for this stage.
yeah, I wasn't sure on the first stage. You guys were coming down, lap 10 and 11. That seemed very questionable, if you know what I mean. It's kind of, you guys pit so early, and I just didn't know, what is the fuel window looking like on these trucks right now?
About 18 laps is how far you can take your truck at max.
Oof. Okay, and that's even using the draft here. Boy, that's tough.
Maybe.
Okay, sorry. You were in your pit box. I was trying to be real careful there.
Yeah.
Is right sides the thing? The tires you're seeing you're having the most problems with?
I'm not really having many problems with tires.
Really? Have any of you have you ever stopped during a pit stop and not taken any tires at all so far?
No, that's a death wish.
Okay, so but what you're saying is you definitely need to take right side tires. That's got to happen.
At least right sides.
Okay. I was gonna say, what are your percentages at? I mean, I know you are on air. I don't know if you want to divulge that kind of information, but we got to know up here, and the viewers are kind of taking a peek at it.
Right front 93, left front 97, left rear 98, right rear 96.
Okay, so figure that, Tim, about between 15 and 18 laps. I mean, it's sawing away almost 7% there. So that is, and each little bit, you may not think it has a lot there, but I'm sure you are seeing your your lap times kind of going down there a little bit, especially with the tires wearing down there, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Every lap goes by, you're going to lose a little bit of time.
Yeah, you did fight pretty hard for that lead up front there, but man, it kind of was kind of a bummer. You got your way up front, and then you pit. I was like, oh man, I thought we were gonna see 4 or 5 laps of you out there turning around, but it seems you got the lead, held on to it for a lap, and then back down pit road you go. So that was a little bit of a bummer there for you.
Yeah, we goofed on that strategy. We were trying the thing we did in the first stage, and in the first stage it worked, but because of the extra caution laps, it was so that some of the other guys could do a one-stopper.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So, all right, man. Well, we are 1 lap to green. Pace car lights are off, and we hope to get back with you there, bud.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
All right, Tim, and there's Jonah Long there. I got him back up with his buddies, so he feels nice and comfortable up there in the admin chat. So, we saw him battle so well there. Him starting, I believe, let's see, who's our leader there? I believe Stephenson is our leader in the 18 machine. He may have gotten off pit a little faster. I may be incorrect.
No, I think you're right. Not sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Jonah Long is actually starting in the 4th position here, where he's going to start here. So really, he's already top 5. And one thing we've seen like at Talladega, or we saw at Daytona, all those admin cars up here in the front. But boy, I hope these guys crunch up here because they are spread out. I mean, we're getting ready to go. We got a couple guys slinging down pit lane here. I think I just saw Landon Gentry head down pit lane. Oh, I think the pace car lights just turned back on. Yeah, they're going for one more lap for pace. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Do we get a 3rd and 4th stage, or is this the final stage right here?
You will have the next stage at 120 and then 30 after that.
Gotcha, okay.
So, yeah, I believe this was supposed to be the 225, and it changed to the 300 right before we got under green there. These guys were kind of thinking about it and saying, let's go ahead and squeeze it just a little farther and go ahead and give these viewers a good show here. We appreciate you once again out there for tuning in here to 10-4 Broadcasting. This is The Big Show. Once a month, you will see us here hosting this race in the Craftsman Truck Series, or the Camping World Series, I may say, to really put on what these guys can do up front. But really, Tim, we got another stage coming up, so we have another winner possibility. Do you think Mike in the 82 is going to take away another one?
See, why not? Unless he gets wrecked. He has consistently been able to fall back and recover very nicely.
Yeah, Ray Lane still sticking it out there in that 44 machine. He's still hanging around, so he'll be in the third, fourth position there, really to get going. Heath Rutherford back there in the 98 machine, right about there, and we'll see how this gets ready to go as we are back under green here. As soon as they're ready to take off, oh man, what in the world is going on? We got another lap here, bud. All right, you know what that means.
What's that mean?
Time to have a chat with the man.
Oh!
Ray Lane, talk to me, man. How's this race treating you out there, bud?
It's going good. I just overshot my pit stall a couple times.
Oh, all right. Now, are you having any trouble with your right side tires this race?
No, my right tires, my last one was 93, 94.
Okay, but we're also talking to Jonah a little bit. Is it suicide not to take tires here at this track?
I took 2 tires the last one, but, I mean, I done it the other day with it. Didn't take tires, just took a splash.
Okay, so, yeah, you're kind of running about that 15 to 18 lap fuel window. Is draft the key to staying up front here?
I'd rather be up front, so.
Alrighty, bud. Well, the pace car lights are off. You are ending the final couple of turns here, and we'll let you get back to it, bud.
All right, thank you, man.
There we go, Ray Lane there. Or Ray Lane, as he likes to be joked around with there. And honestly, nothing against Ray Lane there, Tim, but, I was looking for the other Ray. But, hey, that is a great guy to talk to, especially when he is over at the Racing Revolution with Robert Rader and Kevin Orlando, so those guys. But I'm interested to see that 44 truck, push this one up front. And finally, the pace car light is off. He has finally gotten that worthless truck off the track, and that 18 machine is underway here, Kynan.
Yeah, he was able to get a good launch. The 82 really bogging down. Jonah Long getting right up to give the 82 a bit of a push, trying to clear the 44 going into turn 1. 44 drifting up a little bit higher than maybe Jonah Long expected, and just trying to then file in behind onto the back straight away. 44 and 82 side by side. The 89 looks to be trying to make a move on the 7. Currently going to the high line. Jonah Long staying down low. The 82 not really getting a good restart. It's going to fall back to third. Gets into Ray Lane ever so slightly, which does push him up the track a bit, but able to keep a hold of it.
Man, really, what a bunch up here trying to get these cars underway. Ray Lane works his way up into the second position behind Tristan Stephenson there. Really interesting to see here, Tim, how low they're getting. They're almost scrubbing that white line, and I personally have absolutely zero luck rubbing the white line here at Auto Club.
I do not. That's we'll use an old saying from an old friend. To me, that's the danger zone. I stay away from that white line as much as I can. I would rather be in the middle or that, like you said, we love that high line. And right now, look at this big push from the 44 coming from Jonah Long. 44 is going to go inside Ray Lane, able to really make that stick, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Man, as it looks like Jonah Long not staying very loyal to Ray Lane there on the inside. Kind of see him sticking that nose right there in the middle, trying to get some fresh air, but not with all the exhaust that Ray Lane is putting out, trying to push that pedal to the metal, staying to that inside line. But there he goes again, rubbing that white line, and it will pay off for him as he goes ahead and takes the lead away from Tristan Stephenson in the 18 machine, which puts Jonah Long in the third position. And boy, have we got a shootout here.
Man, we really, really do. And Jonah Long keeps just looking to the inside, trying to get around that 18 now. He might be able to clear the 18 now heading into here, because The 18 has nobody working with him on that outside lane. And now the 82, just gets in just behind it. Almost, that was scary. But now the 89, we've not talked about the 89 too much. Ben Lindley, he's up there in 5th position pushing that 82.
Yeah, he is, and he was actually one of Ray's picks out there. That may be one of the faster guys on the track as you see him making a gutsy move there toward the bottom. I don't know here at a speedway track as long as this one if it's a good idea to be out there not using the draft, but right now it's working for him. He may go ahead and fade up next to Mike in that 82 machine, use a little bit of that door draft and kind of pull him on through to catch up to Jonah Long. But Kynan, man, really what we're seeing here out of the top 5, there's no real person that shows a whole lot of speed and a whole lot of promise of pulling away with this one.
Yeah, with this sort of track configuration, it's not going to be easy to pull away. So, with how the draft is affecting the trucks and how much of a suck up they do have, especially at super speedways, it's the same here. You're able to keep with trucks that, even if you don't have the pace that you really want, if you just have the draft, you're able to keep up with them, but you're going to be able to save fuel as well when being in the draft. So that's why we see Jonah Long, the 82 and the 89 just also going single file and not really trying to push for an overtake.
Yeah, Jonah Long trying to take a little peek there toward the outside. I don't think he'll have enough speed to get it done. They're going to file back in there. Michael Wiley, let's give a little shout out and look at him there in that 48 machine. Trying to put a little moves there on, I believe that is Charles Fletcher there in the 67. So a couple of admins going to go ahead and battle it out there. But I believe we have 3 of them. Michael Wiley, Heath Rutherford, and Charles Fletcher here. Not in order is the way I said it. But these guys are battling, trying to get their way around that 24 car. Nowoski there starting to make a lot of speed there. And I'm curious to see if he's willing to work with the 18 and see if he can get Tristan Stephenson back up front.
Yeah, we saw this last time. We saw this last stage. The 52 brought us to the green flag, and he kind of not really dropped like a rock, but just everything was against him. He fell back, but he was able to recover and win the stage. And maybe this is what happens maybe on these restarts in these trucks. You just don't. Looks like Landon Gentry's going to be going down pit road. I see that in the chat. It's just. It seems to be if you're the leader on the stage restart, it's difficult to hold that position.
Yeah. Now back to Landon Gentry. He's having a little bit of trouble here tonight. I don't know if you remember at all, Kynan. Landon Gentry, he was real fast. He's able to keep up in the front here, but he's kind of really chugging around back here in the 23rd position. So I think we may have found a track that Landon isn't quite as comfortable as he is with the other ones.
Yeah, this is a track type that, unless you really know how to be comfortable and consistent around here, you're either going to burn your tires up too quickly, not going to be able to really find speed, or just not be able to find a way to really pass people. So unlike short tracks and intermediates, it's fairly easy to find where to really improve, but on a track where you mainly are just lifting and letting it roll through the corners, it's a bit harder to find where you can really improve. That's how I've always been. That's why I've never really been good at this track or Michigan, so it could just be the same for them, but when you're around other people who are faster, that's the best way that you can learn.
Man, really one of those drivers that's having to learn a little bit is Jonah Long. That 82 machine kind of crossed him up there and has now gone ahead and passed, taken for the second place. 89 of Lindley's going ahead and trying to see if he can work as well. And this is just this is what you see out of these super speedways. If you get out of line, it will cost you, and back so you go. But really, a great job. Jonah Long looks like he's going to go ahead and bring it down pit road. So a smart move by him, going ahead. And, if you're out of sorts, go ahead and bring it down pit. But wow,
I am so sorry that I was just so loud. Something happened. The 52 hit the wall, the 89 slammed into him and the 18 pushed into him, and now the 82 drops back. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that was something. That was kind of weird, and we might actually bring that up for a replay here, and let's see exactly what you're talking about here, Tim.
It was on the front stretch as they crossed the start-finish line.
We're going
God, did not mean to yell.
Let's take a look here from our chopper view. Quick replay here. Let's see if we can get something a little closer. 82 machine is who we're looking at here. Kind of see what happened. Boy,
it's like he lost all power.
Yeah, I was wondering if he ran out of fuel there.
Yeah, me too. That was a weird situation.
Yes, it was. We're going to go ahead and get this thing back underway here. Back live. Look at this. Man, 82 is really kind of back. Still maintaining. He wasn't third, but man, as a driver behind him, you kind of see a car die, the truck die off like that. Oh my God, you got to scramble.
So lucky that the 89 just did not plow through him, in all honesty, because that was a sketchy situation, and that shows you how good these drivers are. They saw something happening, and maybe he was able to call it over the radio, but kind of just everyone was composed and made it through the whole situation.
Yeah, Ben Lindley in that 89 Chevrolet did a great job of avoiding that. But as we were talking before about Chevrolets being the fastest one out here, Ray Lane is the only Ford I've seen up here in the top 5 here for the past 40-50 laps so far. And right now, he is ahead by half a second in that 44 machine. So right now, I mean, look at him driving away with this thing. Normally here, Kynan, you do see the speedways, that draft will start working up, and I relate it to a train. One car follows behind the other, and then all of a sudden the locomotive picks up speed. So, really it's interesting to see these guys not lining up and catching them here.
Yeah, it is strange, but the 89 and the 82 were faster than Ray Lane on the previous time by, so they are quickest. Maybe just had a bit of a checker, which is why they end up falling back. But with that draft, they are slowly making their way back up, but they have to be careful not to make any mistakes and cause any sort of momentum.
And as we just saw there, it looked like the 89 did get a little hot on the outside of that turn there and kind of grabbed that wall. Boom. There again. Looks like the 18 may have clipped it there a little bit, so I'm not sure if we're having a little bit of trouble there. 100 laps down in this race once we come to the finish line. And really, this is starting to be a battle for the top 5 of these cars here. These guys are shuffling back and forth. 17th down is a lap down, so we know these guys have all pit. Charles Fletcher in the 67, really kind of seeing how he gets around this track. Landon Gentry at this point in time showing he's in the 11th, so he's moved up. But curious to see with his early pit strategy if he's going to maintain up front there, Tim.
Yeah, we will see. I'm really interested to see how the 82. I'm wondering when he's going to make that pit, because right now we're at lap 101. Got 19 laps to the end of this stage, and we've not seen too many pit stops yet.
No, and I figure probably we are looking at 120, so I was probably assume, seeing that a lot of these guys, like the 24 machine, he pit on lap 82. Timothy Pope, we're taking a look at pit on lap 84. So, yeah, we are about to hit that window, probably that 105, 108 range as far as they could possibly go to get that thing, to stretch that fuel just one more lap. I'm assuming that a lot of these guys are going to start slinging down pit road again.
Yeah, and I'm watching the number 2 truck. He kind of slid up the track close to the 94. Oh man, I'm watching a lot of squirreliness back here in this pack. But Kynan, if you were in this position right now, lap 102, are you looking to pit before everybody at this point or after? Because you only have so much time left in this stage. Do you want to be on the beginning end of this or the end?
Right now, I'd be wanting to really pit with the biggest amount of people. If I can just find where the biggest group of people are going to be fastest around this super speedway-esque track, so just try to find who I can really work with, and then, even if that means pitting a little bit later than I originally want, if I have the fuel to make it, I will go with those people that I have been racing around for the entire race.
Here's my question. I'm gonna follow that question with a question. What if that group of guys doesn't get formed up? Do you feel like then you wasted your pit stop?
Well, with that sort of situation, if you're racing with them for a longer period of time, you're bound to then figure out, okay, when do we need to form up? So, yes, it is possible that the group can get all discombobulated and not really be a working force, but with the skill of these drivers, I'd say that shouldn't be too much of a factor tonight.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I was looking at Timothy Pope going down pit road, and my screen shows he's in the wrong pit box, but they serviced him, so hey, it is what it is.
What a swell pit crew! But right now we got Vincent Short in the lead, but not for long. He's going to go ahead and bring that thing on down pit lane here. So I think this will be the last of the guys really hanging out there left to go. Looks like Simon's going ahead and bringing it down pit as well. I'm trying to see if we have any guys out there really kind of turning any laps right now. It looks like Michael Wiley in the 4th position. He's up there.
24 is still out there.
And
He's
Rutherford. Yep.
Looks like he's going to be the leader if he doesn't come down pit road this time.
Yeah, Rutherford slides his way into the lead. He did pit on lap 96 with Michael Wiley here, as well as Jonah Long. Jonah also pit on lap 96.
I'm so sorry. My scoring update is so bad. It literally just jumped to 24 down to 16th.
So you're having the same
weird.
hiccup as well.
Yeah, that was. So it's the 98 is going to assume the lead then.
Yes. So Heath Rutherford in the lead with Michael Wiley behind him. Mike in the 82, Jonah Long in the 7th, in the number 7 in 4th, and Charles Fletcher right now in the 5th position. Jonah Long also pit on the same time Michael Wiley did, but his time was about 4 seconds longer than his pit stop. Jonah Long's pit stop, that being. So we'll have to see if that 7 machine can work his way back up front, but with only about 13 to go.
I watched the 82 with how he raced and was able to pass the 7. It just looked like, with the 7 being on 7-lap older tires, he just had nowhere near as much grip and just drifted up, whilst the 82, running a little bit higher on the track, was able to then carry that momentum, and then whilst the 7 was getting tight on corner exit, he was able to just slip underneath and easily pass him on the back straightaway.
All right, Tim, and we are looking here at Ray Lane and Jonah Long there. Ray Lane going ahead and taking that white line approach again, waiting to see if he can go ahead and catch back up to the front.
Sorry, the Heath Rutherford got into the wall there off of a 2. Kind of pancaked it up.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
well, that's going to work out good for Ray Lane then, as is now down to 2.3 seconds off of his rear bumper. So got to definitely take his time and work his way up there. He did pit a lot later at lap 103, so he has tires and fuel about another 6 laps later than the rest of these guys. So as Jonah Long says, some of these guys are doing the one-stoppers here. They're going ahead and making that stage break stop, making it right dead square in the middle, and trying to, desperately squeeze it to the end.
Man, this is a fantastic race. I'm really loving, I love the timing of these stage breaks. We've only got about 15 laps to go here in this stage before we rack them up again.
Yeah, and it looks like the 82 there may have just caught the wall. Ray Lane goes ahead and walks away, no problem. Massive mishap there by the 82 machine, getting up there in the top. So really, that's going to shuffle it up for him and his race here tonight. But we'll keep an eye out and see if he's having any kind of mechanical issues. Let's look at that. Ray Lane goes ahead and assumes the lead here, Kynan, and really, this is same old song and dance here. He's just got to hold him off for 11 more laps. If he can use that 51 to his advantage with a little bit of that draft there, this is going to work out real well.
What was that?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Raylane decides to bring it into pit lane, but with him pitting on lap 103, he will have enough fuel to make it to the stage caution, so maybe just want to pick up the stage win if possible. It's nice to pick up the extra money and put himself in a very nice position for the final stage.
Something happened with the 41. Robert Hammer. I'm trying to... I saw a glimpse of somebody wrecking.
Down there before pit road?
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of see a couple of them. I think Woodard ended up down there as well. I think they're kind of getting a little too low on that turn and kind of slinging in before pit, or if they're trying to pit and just lock them up, and then it just kind of sends them on around. Chan, the man 72 out there in the chat. Let's go 84 and 55. So the 84 right now of, I believe that is Shaw. Let's see, Jamie Shaw and his Chevrolet. So he's out there, but he is unfortunately running in the 27th position right now. And let's see where that 55 machine is. I believe 55 of Wittenberg there is running 13th. So not too bad by him as well. He's not too far, and he may get his way into 10th. But this is not the final stage. So we hit 120, and then we'll have that 30-lap shootout toward the end, and that'll be the nail-biter. That'll probably be the run and gun, as I would say, of this race. These guys are going to have to make one green flag stop, and the timing will be crucial of when they stop for that green flag pit stop. If it remains green flag, any spin-outs or rubbing there will result in a caution, since it is the final 30. And I believe we'll have a few green-white checkers there after that, Tim, and really kind of see how those guys get underway.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same result as the Cup race today at Indianapolis.
Oh, let's hope not.
Hey, Chase Elliott can't lose twice.
Nah,
Well, that's true.
Easy.
But let's hope that everyone's not on top of each other into turn 1 this time.
7 wide. Let's do it.
Oh,
You could do it here, though. It would work.
it is the big show. Go big or go home.
Yeah, looks like that 82 may have clipped that wall again as Stephenson goes ahead and walks around him that last lap. Both these cars, the 18 and the 82, have over a second and a half to catch Ray Lane. So I think your stage winner so far, as long as Ray can keep it clean, may have this one sealed up. Great to see him racing out here. I've seen him race a lot there at the Racing Revolution, Tim, and it's just, he knows where to be, but man, I saw him at Pocono, and he didn't make it 3 laps, and, just got totaled out, unfortunately for him. And I believe also, if I'm not mistaken, Kynan, was it Talladega that he got smoked out there right at the end?
You would be correct on that.
Man, so
We've
really...
heard from other...
Go ahead.
We've heard from other drivers that race with Ray Lane on a fairly consistent basis say that he's got the pace throughout the entire race, but he's never been able to have the luck to be there when it matters. Whether it's from his own doing or it's just from misfortune from other drivers' mistakes.
Man, and you just see that 51 kind of crossing him up here a little bit as we see Ray Lane kind of racing on the outside of that 67 machine. I believe of Charles Fletcher there, really kind of interesting. Woo, man, gotta be careful, and especially when you're in the lead like this, you want to be clean, you want to be safe. But man, I just don't know if that's the way to do it there, Kynan.
Well, one thing you've also got to be worried about is trucks flying through the sky. I was just on board with the 27, and there was a wreck and did get airborne. So you can do everything right in this stage, but all it takes is some lap cars in front of you to have their own little mistakes, and suddenly all that hard work you just put in was for nothing.
Yeah, fortunately for the big show, once we come to the stage end, they're going to go ahead and wipe those lapped cars clean. And I don't mean clean off the track, I mean on the scoreboard. So everyone will be back on the lead lap, and then after that, you're to fend for yourself for the upcoming round. But here we go with about 4 to go to the stage. So, Tim, I'm thinking Ray may have this in the bag.
He may, but I mean, anything can happen. I mean, we just seen earlier the 82 kind of just I mean, it was like his truck stalled. I mean, I don't know what happened there, but anything. Do we know what the last time Ray Lane went down pit road?
103. So the same
Okay, then
time
he's-
as the
he's
18
good.
and the 82.
He's good.
Yeah. I was gonna say he has enough fuel to make it to the end. So they figured out where that middle point is, be able to get a good set of tires on this thing and back underway, keeping fast. Right now, even right now, Ray Lane is turning 42-1, and even and Mike in the 82 turned a 42-1. So you are seeing he's maintaining pace out there by himself. So,
Yep.
Ray Lane being able to keep it out front as we're coming back down with about 2 to go.
Man,
Yeah, this is starting to be quite the bunch up here. I'm wondering if the 82 is having a mechanical issue, let's say with the gas pedal. Occasionally he reaches
That's possible.
the feathering point, hits a dead spot, and it's killing his truck. So he's got to get pumped back up. And here, just one little mishap, one little stall out, and boy, you see just what it can cause as the accordion works its way on back. Stephenson falling off now, 4/10 off the back of this 82's bumper here. But 82 picking up a lot of speed there on lane. Only a second off that back bumper here, Tim. So, I mean, like I said, I just don't think there's enough time.
I don't either. And coming down to these final stages, pits are finally closed. So if you're going to make that pit stop, it's over now. So these guys are, I would say at the end of this stage, pretty much everybody's going to come down pit road to start that final stage off with a good set of tires and a full tank of fuel.
Boy, and what you don't want to see here is we're taking that quick little blimp view here. Let me see if I can get us a little bit closer. You see Ray Lane here definitely having a hard time trying to work around some of these cars. He did end up in that mix-up, and it got awfully scary for him, I'm sure. But it looks like he's going to go ahead. Boy, look at this. Look at the trouble in front of him. Here we go. Ray Lane, look at you. You are a bad dude. Holy cow. As he is able to keep it composed and get around that one. Oh, no. He's going to have me for the commentator's curse on that one.
That, I got to see an onboard of that.
Absolutely, and just as you say that, I'm getting to it as fast as I possibly can, as he had to have gotten seasick coming up on that one. Let's take a ride with Ray Lane here and see how this went for the
New
10-4
Bridges
replay.
300.
Watch this. Attaboy, look at that. Normally you drive toward the car, but he let off the gas, let it kind of do its thing, and away he went. Man, boy, I gotta pull him back up in the box here, and we got to talk to Ray, as he absolutely owned that one. Where are you? There you are. You can't escape from me. You cannot escape from me. Ray Lane in the 44 machine. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. How about you?
All right. Well, I gotta know. How much of that seat is in your suit now after those three trucks kind of got loose in front of you?
Oh, that was a little scary there.
Yeah, we took an onboard ride with you. Very good throttle control. We saw you drive toward the trucks and then realized once they're going off toward the infield, back on the throttle and up the track you went. And, man, we kind of thought you had it driven away here, but, man, I was unsure at that point. Once I saw those three trucks, I was like, oh, no. But you were able to come away with that stage win, and I believe that puts $25 in your pocket.
That's good.
Man.
I'll take it.
Man, I was going to say, I was kind of calling it. I thought you may have that final stage there. Just your pit strategy was working here. I'm curious to see as you're coming down pit now. I'll try to be careful as you're coming up on your box here. Make sure you don't slide through it or you're going to blame me for it. But, what are you looking at? You think you may have the stage win here tonight?
I'm going to try to win.
All right, well, I hope to see your 44 machine in winner's circle here at the end, as, boy, I tell you what, the 82 and the 18 will be on your rear bumper starting this next stage, so I hope you can stay out front there, Ray.
I'll try. Thank you, man.
All right, bud, take it easy. Man, Tim, we just see Ray just so calm, cool, and collected, being able to get going along here. And I am actually, well, let's go ahead and pull Ray Garcia down here, Tim. I'm going to have you talk with Ray down here in the booth and kind of get the last overview. in his truck about how the ending of this race is going to go.
Man, Ray, welcome to the booth. It's been a long time since I've gotten to talk to you. Kind of take me through how your race has gone so far.
We are working our plan. The team cars are up in the top 10. Some of us got caught up in an accident there in that last segment, and we got pushed back to the 20s, but we're planning to catch back up on this next pit stop.
Nice. So kind of, the final stage is kind of a little different than the other stages, What different rules are now in place as we start into the final stage?
So as we go into this stage, we will have 2 caution flags. So we haven't had any caution flags throughout the race, but in this stage, we'll throw a maximum of 2 caution flags for incidents on track. Then we will gather the field. Once that second flag is burned, however, we will stay green until we reach lap 145, and then the only yellows that'll come out at that point will be for incidents involving the top 8 only. And we'll go green, white, checkers.
Got it.
So this stage, it's going to change because of the yellow flags, now everybody's pit strategies are out the window. So our pit strategy as a team was to run a 10-lap and 23-lap window on our pit stops, and that's been keeping everybody at the front. So we've got Ray Lane up there, Jonah Long, Heath Rutherford, Chuck Fletcher, Michael Wiley. So we've got a host of guys up front, and those of us at the back, me, Greg Blazin, Sylvan, we're going to have to try and work our way up into that top 10 on the next pit stop.
Gotcha. Well, we've had a lot of good racing. Not many things that would have brought out a caution anyways. Maybe just a couple. So I expect this to be a good final stage here.
Yeah, it's been pretty clean. I mean, the guys have been racing pretty clean. We've had a couple of mistakes, some minor stuff, but we haven't had any major pileups. And it's going to get aggressive here coming into the last 20 laps.
Yep.
And
Well, Ray.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Say, as we say that, you're back under green. So Ray, we'll let you
All
get
right.
back to it, bud.
Let's get it.
Good luck.
Talk to you in a bit.
There we go. Ray Lane going ahead and taking out front. We had a chat with Ray Garcia. So we got 2 Rays on unusual, but as it is here in the big show, what is not unusual is seeing a slight caution or a pileup with some of these cars. Everybody kind of taking it real easy, calm, cool, collected here in the first beginning, but I definitely expect to see a lot of pushing and shoving here kind of as we get going, diving into turn 3.
Yeah, now's the time that you really need to go. It's the final stage. Now, it doesn't matter where you really finish as long as you finish in the front.
Yeah, boy, and look
Somebody
like we got a
big
collection.
mess.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got a collection here in the back.
Oh, it's still oh no.
Yeah, big mess. Holy cow. Wow. No caution? Yeah, there we go. There's the caution. Holy
Wow.
cow, that was a pileup. So I was
That's
trying
going to be
catch.
a big one to unravel.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, still wrecking.
And it looked like the 3rd and 4th position there. I'm trying to see if we can find exactly what happened here. Let's go ahead and get that 10-4 broadcast and replay drummed up here. I saw it was something happened right as we got there in the beginning piece, but I'm unsure what happened. I saw a car break loose. I thought the 89 came undone. And I have to kind of see what exactly happened to his deal here. So let's go ahead and get this caution replay
I like
up.
the use of those words, undone.
Yeah, let's see. 89 comes down. And here we go. So kind of slow it down here for you just a little bit. There's 2 more.
This becomes a roadblock.
Oh,
Really?
man. Is that Landon Gentry squeaking
Oh,
by?
man.
I think that's Gentry squeaking by. There's Rutherford squeaking by. Look at it. My way.
How
And
many
these guys
trucks
are.
in the air?
And as we were just talking, pedal to the metal. So that's what I was going to say. A lot of these guys, they are not going to let off. They're going to hold it to the floor. Holy cow, look at this, still going.
This might be one of the biggest wrecks we've ever had in 10-4.
Man, and Kynan, if you are not getting those pictures, I'm gonna whomp you, because this right here, boy, this is content. I mean, these
Already
guys
on
are
it.
getting folded up something fierce. All right, so talk to me, Tim. Who you feeling to ride along with? 89 got tangled up in a lot of that, and he was, you know, and you may see cars flying by his car. You know, how are you feeling about the 89?
I think I want to go with the 14.
The 14. All right, so we'll give a ride along with the 14 machine. I believe that is Dustin Eaton, is it? If it's not. And let's see how he looked at this right here. Let's go.
Everybody get your puke bags ready.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No Mitchell puke cam for us. Let's see from his eyes what happens. Oh, no. Oh, boy. And look at it. They're still coming. Look out.
Oh, man. Who else was that? There was somebody else that was already flipping before he even got there. Gosh.
And Tim, this would be one of those situations where, man, fortunately, there was there's no damage. These guys are able to put it back together and get this thing back underway.
Put it back together. The only thing that might be broken is your wheel from all the flipping. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I see who you're
Man.
talking about up there in the fence. And I believe that is the 84 machine.
I thought it was the 84 Jamie Shaw. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
And a lot of drivers out there rooting for him here tonight. And we're definitely not happy about seeing that, I'm sure. And it showed the 84 up in the deal. I wonder if we got two of them out here, and I hope not.
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
I do. I have two 84 machines out here.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Let me take a look. I only have Jamie Shaw.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who is up in the wall with that one. And sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to figure out exactly who is our troublemaker out here. As you see, Tim, take a look at that 89 kind of spinning out there. Look at the car right behind the 89. And that's who I'm trying to find.
Okay.
He's the one who gets smoked. And not in a good way. He got tumbled around there in that 84. He was in front of the 88.
36.
Bittner? All
Yes.
right. We'll give that ride.
Oh, that
to
is
Bittner.
another 84.
See? Bittner. Excellent. Great job, Kynan. You are the man. So let's go ahead and take actually a side ride. I want to sit on the roll bar of this one. Let's ride passenger with
Gyro cam?
with this one. Oh, no. No, that is Mitchell's puke cam, and we're not doing that one. Let's take a ride along and see how this one looks. 89 gets loose. Oh, no. Wait,
He
but
just
that's
starts
the
getting
problem.
crammed.
He thought he was okay, and now we're looking for the location of our house.
Whoop,
It's
we lost the
it-
camera.
Yeah, so
There
bad
we
it
go.
glitched out, and it gave up.
Oh, gosh. Look at this carnage.
Man.
Unbelievable.
All right, well, let's get back underway in front. Let's see if Ray Lane
Lane.
can get back on this. As we are coming up under green, let's see. Just in time, look at
time.
that. As Ray Lane takes off, green flag back down, so we're going to give this another shot. I want to go ahead and give a quick zoom out here, and here we go again.
Oh,
Oh, man, that was not good there in the back. We're going to stay up front here with the leaders and see if Timothy Pope can go ahead and put a hurting on this and undo what happened last race. And that 728 machine, if he can go ahead and get this undone. Oh, no. Oh,
The
they're piling
big one
up
in the
back.
backstretch.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I think the spotters are down at the popcorn stand here at the end stages of this race. And they're not
Somebody-
going to be happy about that. Ray Lane doing everything he can to stay out front. Getting a lot of pressure by Tristan Stephenson here
Man.
in the later stages. Man, we just got 21 laps to go to seal the deal on this one. And the caution is out.
I was waiting for that. I wondered when that was coming because Ray said, you know, if a driver or I don't remember how many drivers he said. There were just a lot involved in that one as well.
Man.
Man,
Yeah, I was gonna say we may have to kind of wind this up and pick and choose which spin out we want to look at.
That
It's,
second one on the backstretch.
All right.
It had the most.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
I want to say the 89 truck is where you want to be.
Oh no. Again?
No. I'm sorry. Are there two 89s? Hold on. Oh, 96 is where you want to be. William George.
Oh no, I see it. Oh yeah, no, I see it. All right. Let's go ahead and get this wound up for
Unfortunately-
our viewers out here. Oh man, I do not like the look of this one. Let's go ahead and get this right here. I'm hoping. Let's see if we can get it, as they are 4 wide here on our screen, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see if we can get this one going. 96 up into the 48. Michael Wiley eats it. Oh no, as they are piling up here. Oof.
Yeah.
96 gets it. Oh no.
Oh! I think all these trucks that start blinking, I almost think it's a blessing. Because then they can just kind of blink through the wreck.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, my iRacing is playing up, so I wasn't able to really see what really happened. But it meant I got to see what the viewers got to see, and carnage.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find us an awesome view. Oh, here we go, Tim. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, I'm ready.
96.
Oh, they're already spinning behind them.
Yeah. Well, it is. Oh man.
Oh, man.
I think the 89
this
made
is
it through
great.
all that. Look at
I
that.
think so, too.
Excellent job. So we're gonna actually show the 89 surviving this one instead of
I didn't
getting
know the Big
tangled up
Show-
in this mess here.
I didn't know the Big Show managed to bring Tom Cruise here. Since when was Days of Thunder 2 announced?
This may be it right here. Let's give it a shot here with the 89.
Man.
Here it comes. Oh, man, and watch it. And look at the rear view, just gone. All right.
I puckered a little bit.
Man, really quite the pile up from these cars here. Getting this thing underway, but Tim, we are running out of time for some of these drivers to kind of get this one underway. I do not want to say that this caution may have finally been the all right, throw your hands up in the air. Let's go ahead and everyone pit and stretch it out to the end, because if that were the case, Ray Lane has been talking about not hitting his pit box, and I think that may be the issue here. He did not get in that pit box quite right, which has now put Tristan Stephenson up into the
Man.
lead. So now he's going to be starting on the outside or the inside, but now a spot back. So at 44, we've seen him being able to use that draft there and be able to catch up, but we'll have to see if he can do it.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have a problem. But it should be interesting to see this restart. Looks like they're bottling up back here. Not sure what's going on in the back. I'm all over the place with my camera.
Yeah, they're going to...
Yeah, they canceled it.
Yeah, it was one
Something
to go,
happened.
but I think they're just having some trouble getting lined up and figuring out
Yeah,
who is...
a lot of guys went down pit road.
Yeah, really odd.
Yeah, it's almost like they didn't know that we were going back green.
Yeah, and talk about Ray Garcia. Look at him. He's we had a chat with him. He's up in the 8th position now. Ray also pit on 132. Where is Timothy Pope? Timothy Pope's in
Right
6th.
next to him.
So, not too shabby by that 728 machine there. Getting going there. Let's see Landon Gentry. Let's see where he's at. Looks like he's in the 10th position. So we, as they said, it looks like a lot of these admins are starting to mash up into the front here, and getting, putting a lot of places in the top 10, which fortunately for those guys are payout positions. But to me, I don't know about you, kind of, P1 has got to be where, has to be where you're aiming. There's no skipping. Around, you've got to win this one here at the end, as we are looking at 125 take-home prize for the win.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
man.
If this was a normal series championship, I'd just be wanting to go for points to try finish as high in the championship as I want. But for the sort of exhibition type race, I want to go for the win. All bets are out. I have no friends now. It's time to go for that money.
Yeah, for 125, man. Yeah, if you guys heard me say it, I'll say it again. Admin Box is the place to be. Look at adminbox.com. Use our code for 10-4 box. That's with 2 X's, and that'll go ahead and knock that thing down to that grand prize. So you could win here tonight and end up winning that use that money for an admin box there, Tim.
I didn't even think of that. That's what am I doing? I should have been out there on the track.
Oh man, don't tempt me, because I should have been out there on that track as well.
I suck at Auto Club, so.
Oh man, but this is my track, man. That outside line calls my name all the time. But
but in the trucks, I've never done it in the trucks, and I bet it's a fantastic ride.
Yes, it is. But especially when you're not having to really worry about tires that much. I mean, you have unlimited sets. Fortunately, normally you're out here and you got 4 to make it, 150
nickel
laps.
And diamond.
Really right. So you are buying every lap that you can of, oh man, I gotta save a little bit more. Oh man, I gotta save a little bit more. Or just only taking right sides to get that last 4 tire stop there toward the end to really put it away for you. But man, interesting to see here. It looks like Stella out there in the chat, rooting for Ray Lene out there in the 44. So eyeballs will be on that 44, but no longer on the pace car as we're lining up.
Oh, they're stacking up
for that restart zone. So here we go.
Oh no! No!
Some people getting out of the way. That will not be hopefully any black flag issues for any of these racers out here as we see them come across. Oh boy, there's the tumble up there toward the back, but we're going to stay up here as Tristan Stephenson is taking the lead and going ahead and pulling away. Mike in the 82 machine has gone in front of Ray Lane as well. So Ray Lane may be just kind of silently waiting his time and work his way back up front.
This is going to be, now you see the 52 going to go to the or the 82 go to the inside. He's been doing this all race on these restarts. He's going to have Ray Lane behind him, but Ray Lane's going to go back up to the high side. But he's going to, looks like he's going to stick with that high side. The 88, the 728, and the 89 all taking that high line. That's going to drop that 82 truck back. He's going to need to find somebody to help push him down there on that inside lane as he's trying to beat and bang with the 44.
Yeah, 44 definitely getting boxed in up there against the wall, getting into turn 1 there. So Ray Lane finally gets a little bit of room to see if he can work. But TJ Kroger there in the 88. Oh, boy. Let's see if the 82, how he remerges back into traffic here. Going ahead and seeing if he can door that 44. Great job by him as well. Quick shout out there. I believe Jonah Long for some of you people out there looking for him. Unfortunately, he has worked his way up to the 26th position, trying to get his way back up front here. But but right now we are up front. Stephenson, Mike in the 82, and Ray Lane in the 44. 1, 2, 3. These guys are separated by less than 1/10 of a second here, Tim. So I'm curious to see where Ray Lane decides to attack.
Well, Ray Lane can't attack until he gets to the 82 out of his way. Which now he's going to get hit. Oh,
man!
Came across the nose. I don't even know how anybody saved that in front of the whole field. That could have collected everybody. But they did a great job keeping it going. 24 is going to go to the inside of the 18 and try to take the lead. Everybody had to check up, and everybody did a great job. We're still green with about 12 laps to go.
Yeah, and that 44 spotter is definitely getting a steak dinner tonight for that move right there. As I thought he was going to take out the 82. We saw what a wreck in the top 5 will do to the field, but not today. Ray Lane, 13 to go, up in front. But man, Tristan Stephenson is not satisfied with the $50 take home for P2. He wants the 125 there in the front. So I'm sure these top 3 guys, with TJ in the 88 now going for contention for some more money here at the big show. But man, look at this. Ray Lane, just putting the moves on tonight here at Auto Club. But for that last lap there, that will not win it for him. Ray Lane has got to figure out how to get some separation from this field.
Yeah, as soon as he can find some sort of space that he can just take a second to breathe. that's when he'll be most comfortable. But because of how he's taking the low line, he's losing so much momentum on the back straight, and that's just allowed the 18 to suck up to the back of him, taking that extra momentum on the higher line. We can see it here. The 18 is running that second lane, whilst Ray Lane is running the first lane, just drifting up, but the 18 is able to carry just that little bit more momentum and suck back up, but isn't going to be really close enough to really think about making a move. But right now, I wouldn't want to be leading. I'd want to be running second or third, just because then I can save fuel and then start thinking about when I make my pit stop and potentially undercutting the 44.
And as you're saying, second or third, someone not to sleep on here. Timothy Pope. Yep, I see him ricocheting back there. Right now, Timothy Pope has got to go ahead and nails this third position from the 88 if he wants to get up in contention for the front spot. That 728 machine has been quiet all night long, but he is working his way up front and keeping a good position to try to attack here as we're coming down with 10 to go.
I lost my place. I'm trying to get back up. There we go. I was looking for the 52 truck. No, I was looking for the 82 truck. Now, I want to say that they've switched their lines up here in the last couple of laps, and that has allowed the 728 to get around the 82, and he's been working on the 88. Timothy Pope is trying to bring that Chevrolet to victory lane here tonight with that $125 purse for first place, because the 18 and 44, they were running that middle to high line. Now they're both running that low line, trying to just stay with each other. Well, the 44 is trying to get away while the 18 stays with him. But that's allowed the 88 and the 728 to catch back up to them. And I'm interested to see when they're going to make that move, because I think that those three trucks will all work together. Timothy Pope keeps looking to the inside of the 88.
Yeah, Timothy Pope's Chevrolet not having any luck there on the inside. Right now, Ray Lane's Ford going ahead and pulling away right now. He's got 2/10 lead on Stephenson there. As long as he can nail these turns and do a fine job making them, he's got this one put away. But man, this is starting to really place where this is going to happen. Ray Lane, I mean, picking up more and more time each turn. He loses it here on the front stretch, of course, because of the draft. But if Stephenson cannot keep that race line with Ray Lane, this may cost him, and he may have to make some aggressive maneuvers to try to upset this race.
Yeah, and but if there's a wreck that happens within that time frame, they're just gonna re-rack them up, and really hurt their chances to pull away with this.
That is definitely an option here, or a possibility nonetheless. But really, we got a heck of a battle going on here. Let's see if Timothy Pope still trying to put some work in on that 88 machine. Had a little help from the 82, but man, really something to look at here, Tim. Will the 728 work with the 18 and those two get a good run going on here?
I don't know. The 728 really isn't working with anybody right now, because if there was anybody I'm going to work with, it's that 88 of TJ Kobier. He just keeps leaving him out there all by himself, so they just keep having a drag race down the backstretch and through the corners, and it's just kind of like a cat and mouse game right now.
Yeah, Ray Lane will definitely prefer that kind of move by those drivers behind them, as he now stretches out to a 0.3 of a second lead off of Tristan Stephenson. That aerodynamic bubble is going to start getting lost here, Kynan, if they cannot figure out how to keep up with that 44 car.
Yeah, you've got to start thinking about, is it really worth fighting the car around me, or should I maybe let him go? Even though it sounds counterintuitive, letting someone by, which is then going to drop the money that you can potentially get, but if they go up ahead, then they start slowing each other down as they fight, maybe even wreck each other, then suddenly you're going to look like a massive genius, but it has to work out for that to be the case. So it's a very, you're nearly gambling with how you do it. You gotta really know what the drivers are going to do, which with this sort of racing, with this amount of time left, I don't know what's going to happen.
All right, well, Timothy Pope looks like he is still fighting to hold on to third place now, as TJ in that 88 machine still giving the works on him, working his way around. But man, the 82 trying to see who to help at this point. Ray Lane has gone ahead and is staying way far away from Stephenson. This is starting to be the heck of the run for him. He keeps pulling the farther and farther away during these turns, and that 44 machine seems to have it so far. Stephenson now off by almost half a second here, so it's starting to cost him. I'm starting, I'm wondering at this point here, Kynan, does the 18 machine, is he tucking tail at this point and saying, I'm not going to be able to do it? Oh, no.
The 52 and the 88. Oh, 52's in the air.
Look at that. 82, and we'll ask the referees if that field goal was good. Holy cow, but right now, I don't think any 5-point harness is going to save him from that wreck, and a caution is out. So Ray Lane is going to have to count his blessings at this point and really have a conversation with his crew chief. Do we pit?
Field goal's good.
Do we pit? Because right now,
no.
This could be catastrophic choice. This could be a very, very, very bad for his line here tonight. With as fast as he's running, and now we're just going to line them back up. But it looks like TJ and the 82 may have gotten in. But I want to roll it back a little bit farther and see if Timothy Pope had anything to do with this. I'm not saying he did, but it is a good look. Let's go ahead and give this one a quick peek here. Here we are at the start-finish line. Oh, 82 gets up. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Ready?
Yeah.
Boom.
And it's good.
Wow. And he definitely got some height on that one, as that 88 kind of kicked him up into the air. I do not know if the 82 will continue for the rest of the night, as that may have been the finale for him. Let's take another quick look at this. Let's give it about a quarter speed here. Yeah, the 88 just kind of comes down into him. And unfortunately, that's it. Let's see if we can get that drone footage where they're kind of following him here. And let's see iRacing do its worst. Boom.
Just the sheer height on, gosh.
Yeah, I think I would need satellite view to collect all of that one. But this is this is going to be excellent. Kynan, once again, more content, bud. I'm loving it. So really, we're going to have to see what Ray Lane decides to do.
I want you to ride on board with Stephen T. Taylor.
Let's see. Stephen Taylor. Let's see. Let's see.
Actually, no. Charles Fletcher. Sorry.
Charles Fletcher. All right. So we'll see. Fletcher should be in that 60.
He's in the 67.
Yeah, I was going to say should be in the 67 car. All right. And you want to ride along with him?
Yes.
Let's take a look here at what you say. On the side note, everybody, Ray Lane did decide to pit. Oh, my God. There he is. Holy cow. And that was kind of fast there, Tim.
Yeah, it's so fast.
Okay, well, we'll kind of try to give everybody a little roll back a little more here. Back to the caution replay. We'll set it up here. Kind of take a peek up at the lights that you kind of see.
Ricky Wittenberg, if you want to go farther back and see the whole thing.
Oh, man.
Yes, Ricky Wittenberg. Oh!
Okay,
yeah.
We'll kind of have everybody kind of take a peek at the lights, and we'll kind of see how high he gets here. There he is, way up there. Oh, wow. And there he is when he lands. Holy cow.
Ricky almost got a piece of him. That's a good wreck. I like that one.
All right, well.
I'm sure the 82 didn't.
Oh,
I'm sure he did not either. Having a great run tonight. He won stage 1, won stage 2. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to bring it home tonight.
Yeah, a real bummer for him in that 82 machine. It looks like, I think, 32nd place is where he will end up being. But right now, Ray Lane back in the 7th position. He may have gotten tires. I'm assuming if no one else came, he may have done a 4-tire stop. and taking just enough of a splash of fuel. He was running out front, so he did not have the help of the draft. So I don't know if fuel was an issue for him, but I think it would be kind of silly for him not to pit at this point. I believe Heath Rutherford pit as well, Ben Lindy, Gregory Ricks, they all pit. So here we go. We are about to be back under green flag here, Kynan, and I'm curious to see, does Ray Lane have enough speed to really kind of slice his way through this field?
And
It's going to be very interesting, especially with him being in 8th. He's got a bit of work to make up, but he's been competitive all night, so it's going to be very interesting with those tires. So let's find out and let's go for big money.
All right, 18 gets launched off right there on a fantastic restart, so we'll have to see. Can Ray Lane stay out of trouble and get his way back up to the front, as that outside line is jamming him bad. 2 to go here, Tim, so we are starting to see, look at the moves here as Ray Lane's trying his best to get his way through this pile.
I don't know that the outside is the answer right now to this, because if anybody wrecks below you, it's going to come right up into you. As you see, they're bouncing and banging. If we get the white flag, that's it.
Yeah, Ray Lane, there we go. As he gets that move toward the inside, he's going to go ahead and be the meat in the sandwich, slide through. So it goes to show you that tire stop is working out as they're wrecking behind him. Will they throw out a caution? I do not know. Oh, I'm assuming.
Caution.
Yeah, they did. Oh, they threw the caution. Ray Lane up
they
into
get
the
the
4th
white in
position
time?
and now has another life. He is going to be able to give this another shot.
That's all
This-
going off if they didn't collect the white flag, and it may end under caution depending on if they did get the white flag.
Absolutely not. Kynan, this is the big show. They are going to extend this. we have now up to 154 on the lap counter up top on the deal there, on our crawler. But man, this is, you're going to see it here again. So Ray Lane, once again, he has the 9 lives at this point, and he is the racer right there. Timothy Pope also pit on 149. Heath Rutherford and Tyler Bunting there in the 94. His vehicle there, we haven't talked about him much there in the 94. He also pit as well. So a lot of these cars, fresh tires in the back. So I'm curious, Tim, I totally expect to see a surge, of cars with tires that didn't get tires move their way toward the front.
Yeah, this is gonna get wild.
Boys, I'm pretty sure we got a few drivers coming down pit road now. Trying to see who exactly we have. I believe Bittner went ahead. Did he, I think he ended up coming down pit road. Yes, he did. That was the first car, the 84 machine, which will now put him in the 30th position. We'll see where he ends up when he gets out of pit road here. Really what we have to say about him. Look at a quick pit stop there. I believe that might be Wiley there in the front in the 48. So that'll actually move Bittner, I believe, from the 3rd position back to the 25th.
Man.
And Tim, when they were saying it was about an 18-lap stop, these guys had just enough to make it to the end of the race. I'm wondering if fuel is now starting to be the problem.
That could be. But here's the other thing. These guys that are having the fuel problem, they're just going to go ahead and take tires. And you're going to have a mixture of guys on old tires, new tires, and that's going to cause more cautions.
Yeah, it definitely is, and you hate to see it. Pace car lights are off. We're going underway on this round, I believe. See if some of those guys in pit road went ahead and they made contact with this. Let's go ahead and get this zoom out restart zone. I believe this may or may not be the final one, but let's see. Stephenson goes ahead and makes the launch. 44 of Ray Lane working his way. Let's see if he can stay on the inside of Crover there. A lot better. Oh boy, there's the first pile
Big mess
up.
behind them.
All right, they may keep this one green here since
It's
none
got
of
the first 8.
Yep, none of the top 10 ended up in that. So Ray Lane gonna have to make his moves here pretty quick as Stephenson is pulling away. So will those tires pay off? Timothy Pope says they are for him as he's looking toward the inside as well.
And now they're there on that 18. 44 going to go to the outside. Passes him like it's nothing.
Oh no! And the 18 having to dial it back. Will the 18 try to door him a little bit and slow him down? Timothy Pope feeling the pressure. So 18 now holding Timothy Pope off. This looks like last race for Timothy Pope. Somebody just getting in his way at this point, not really letting him away. Ray Lane taking the inside here, Kynan, and just starting to get away, but now his biggest person he has to fend off is that 728 machine.
Yeah, the 728 of Pope was able to run a higher line, is going to look at trying to make something happen in the final turn, not quite close enough to put it up the inside, is going to then try and maximize as much grip through the mid corner and try just keep it steady and maybe think about getting it on the run to the line, but it looks like Ray Lane is finally going to get some luck and get the check first.
Absolutely.
125, baby.
There we go. And Ray Lane, 125 in the bag. It looks like Timothy Pope goes ahead and takes the $50 mark there. And I believe Rutherford, one of the admins, all right, made it up in the third for a $25 shot. Stephenson in the 18. You see how that pit stop did not work out well for him. Moved him to the 4th position. And the last for the $25 should be Dustin Eaton in that 14 machine. We didn't talk about much of him tonight because he was one of those silent drivers, not in a whole lot of trouble, and was able to stick it out toward the end in that 14. So really, that is the top. Ray Garcia, unfortunately, in the 6th, not able to get a top 5, but he is, I'm sure, is happy with a top 10. Let's see. Douglas Ross Jr. in 7th, Jamie Shaw 8th, Justin Coffenbaugh in the 9th, and Tyler Bunting in the 10th position. That'll round out your top 10. So, wow. This is a lot of drivers you wouldn't expect, but there we go, 44. Going ahead and tearing it down, going ahead and showing those landscaping guys to get back to work as he is in right there in winner's circle. Dang, that was a heck of a run. Excellent job. And this is why we go 3rd, 2nd, and 1st on our post-race interviews here. Is we're going to see if we can chase down these podium guys here real quick and see what exactly they have going on here. And I believe Timothy Hammond is going to check out on us here in a little bit, but we're going to see if we can wrangle some of these guys in here and have a little chat with them. Let's see. I believe Timothy Pope, I think I've tried talking to Timothy Pope a couple of times. We'll see if we can try to talk to him this time. In the waiting room, and I'm looking for Heath Rutherford. So Kynan, talk to me here, bud. How did you think the last end of that race? Is that what you expected?
Well, with the big show, you expect a big finish, and I'd say it was exactly what I was thinking. I didn't expect the caution, and Ray Lane probably was hoping there was going to be a caution, and he did get it. So with that bit of luck and deciding to pit for those tires, it meant that he was able to have the grip and be able to then have that track position for the second restart on that final time, just to be able to make the run and be able to take home and become $125 richer.
Yeah, and they definitely got to be excited about that. But I'm going to see, I believe, Heath Rutherford in the 98 machine. Do you have a copy?
Yeah.
All right, bud. Go ahead and walk us through the final laps here of this race. Is this kind of where you thought you were going to end up here?
Not really with how stacked this race was, but luckily a lot of the top 8 top 5 didn't really take tires, so.
Yeah, I know we did see Ray Lane. He got definitely a certain burst of speed there toward the end. I believe, was fuel getting pretty tight on that window right there toward the end?
For the people that didn't pit, they were on the apron trying to save fuel, but people that did pit, they had plenty of fuel.
Okay.
If there's if there's multiple green light checkers, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't have been a question. They would have ran out.
Yeah. Now, Auto Club, is this one of your stronger tracks to run at, or did you end up getting kind of a lucky draw of the cards here tonight?
Yeah, I'm not that good here. It burns up your tires really good, but I just got lucky, I guess. I qualified pretty good, so that helped, but I didn't really do that good of a race for most of the part.
Yeah, I thought we kind of saw you hanging in the back, probably in that kind of between that 14th and 20th position. We kind of saw you hanging in the back, but you were able to turn it up and get your way toward the front. But man, great job here tonight. I'm curious to see what the Big Show has coming up for us in the next run. At least you were one of the admins that did make podium position, and that'll make Ray Garcia super happy. But man, go ahead and give us some of your shout outs for anybody watching you here tonight.
The Big Show, my parents, just basically that's it.
All right, man. Well, I hope you were able to enjoy the rest of your night. You come away with a 3rd place, and that should put $25 in your pocket here tonight. So that should always money makes everybody happy, and I hope it'll work out for you there, bud. But thank you for joining us tonight.
Okay, thanks.
And there we are, and he has moved his way back up into the admin chat there, Kynan. And it's something to see, somebody to see also as well is actually Timothy Pope in the 728. And I'm curious, I've really got to talk to Timothy Pope in the 728 machine. Timothy Pope, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. I've been trying to talk to you multiple races in a row, and I think you just slide away from me a little too early. What? You were kind of the silent driver here tonight. Not a whole lot of aggressive moves by you. And it's actually good to see you were. It's unfortunate you can't seem to find winner's circle the past couple of races, but you have placed 2nd. Is there anything different that you could have done to really try to take this one away from Ray Lane?
No, probably not. He seemed to be the class of the field most of the race there. I struggled to get up there through all them the whole race there, and finally made it up there.
Yeah, well, you did quite the job. I do root for you in that 728 machine. I believe last month, a couple of the admins kind of boxed you out there, and you weren't able to make the catch up after you won 4 stages at that track. And it's just it's good to see you coming up here, placing 2nd place, and I believe that puts $50 in your pocket this round. What is one thing that the Big Show brings, to you than anywhere else you race?
Fairness. They give everybody opportunity to make a win or get a win.
Okay, so yeah, between like the no damage tires, things like that, you're mostly fighting other drivers and fuel is what I see most of these drivers just competing with. Most of the time is just trying to figure out how to, when to pit at this point. I did notice you kind of were off some of the pit cycle that these other guys were, but you were able to kind of get clumped back up and started pitting at the same time. We're looking at a slow replay here of you actually on the inside of Michael Wiley there as he's getting turned around, the 67 of Fletcher. He's getting smoked and turned around. You're just down there on the apron skating by. So, really able to just kind of squeak by with some of these laps you have there. I know it's hard to say, but Ray Lane was super fast, but you were as well. Really what success did you find out there on the track? Was there a certain line that just worked for you?
Not really. Just holding a wide open as you can.
Alrighty, and Kynan, really, man, I think Kynan had one last question for you. And seeing your 728 Chevrolet, putting it in to the winner's circle, where you could be.
So, with how you do these exhibition type races, what is the mindset change that you really have compared to, say, a normal championship round?
You got to be a little bit more aggressive in these races. Like a championship points racing, you got to be a little bit more conservative, make sure you don't get in a mess and slide back. But here, if you get in trouble, you got a pretty good chance of catching back up.
Alrighty, and Timothy Pope, I'm glad we finally were able to catch up with you here tonight. And man, I'm excited to see what your truck can put down next month. I mean, you guys seem to how this comes out every race is, you seem to be in that top 5, right in that wheelhouse. As long as you can stay out of trouble, you're placing really well, and I hope to see you next month.
Oh yeah, I plan on being here.
All right, Timothy Pope. Thank you again, bud.
Thank you.
Patrick, Ray here.
How's it going, Ray?
Good.
Man,
What a race. What a race.
that it was. We didn't think. Honestly, I think that final caution is what won Ray Lane that race. He did a great job driving out there here tonight. Really staying up top, staying out front. But that final caution really sealed the deal for him.
Yeah, Ray's racing with us here at the Big Show, so he's part of our Big Show admin team. And we stayed on strategy for the first 3 stages. And then in the last stage, he went on his own and made a call to stay out a little bit longer. And it paid off for him at the end because it put him in that position to win that race. Tires were key. The guys who were in front of him did not have any tires. And he was on 4 fresh tires on that last restart. So he was in a great position to take the lead.
Yeah, and that just seemed to work out for him. I believe he restarted in the 7th position, was able to slice through 3 positions before that the final caution came out. And then he was able to secure it right there toward the end. Just the tires you could just see were just they were superb there right there toward the end. And the only person he had to worry about was Timothy Pope of the 728 trying to run him down. But,
Right.
just enough breakaway, getting tied up there a little bit with Stephenson, and then that kind of sealed the deal.
Right. Tim had pitted. I had pitted. Heath had pitted. Dustin had pitted on that last caution. So we all had tires. So we were going to catch, but we weren't going to be a big threat to Ray. We don't think, because he was on 4 fresh. We were all on 2. So, but he drove a hell of a race. The key to this race is knowing those corners, man. Just hitting your line every single time and getting through quick, and of course staying out of trouble. And Ray seems to manage his car just perfectly.
Yeah, and it does show the admin team had 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. Those guys were able to get up there, so not bad. Out of the top 10, you were able to get at least 5 of your admins up there, and that's really a hard piece of work and a good showing for how you set up these trucks and, the guys being able to practice with you throughout the month to get these things really dialed in.
Yeah, we had anticipated that Jonah Long and Chuck Fletcher, because they'd been doing so well throughout the month. We thought they'd be in the top 5, but they got collected there with 20 to go, got stuck in the back, and there was no coming back from that. So we thought we could get the top 5. Be honest with you, but it doesn't work out. It's a race, and everything changes at the last second.
Oh yeah, bud. Yeah, that was something there. I mean, some of those pileups. I believe we saw Lindley, the 89. Am I right, Kynan? It was the 89 that was sent into orbit.
That was the 82.
Okay, the 82.
Yeah, we had some trouble in the restarts. One of the leaders was, well, in our view, we're going to watch it on replay, but in our view, he was lagging the field on the start, so it was causing compression accidents at the back. We had sent out a couple warnings about it. On that last restart, it went off fine. He got on the gas, but they tend to gas it going into the restart zone, and then they check, and then that compression sends it about 8 cars back, and people just start crashing. So we were aware of that. We had to send out some warnings to the leaders. Don't do that. As soon as you get into that box, press that gas pedal and get going. And, we had a better start, but still, it's the last lap, and guys want to make those moves. You only have a lap and a half to do something.
Yeah, and that was definitely a tie-up by a lot of those drivers. We did see, like you were saying, that compression part. That was just a bummer for some of those drivers getting through there. I mean, the ones that were up front ended up in the back, and then the wreck ended up the guys back up in the front. So it was definitely a shuffle of these drivers here tonight. And schedule-wise, since you guys only really run once a month, what are we looking to upcoming?
Well, going into August, we're going up to Michigan, and we'll return to heat racing for Michigan. So the drivers will qualify and then they'll heat race. Top 5 in each heat race will transfer to the main. Everyone else will transfer to a consolation. We'll take 10 out of the consi for a total of 30. 10 trucks will be eliminated from the main event. And the end of the month, we will race heat racing, but nobody will be eliminated. We'll just run the heat races to earn start positions on track. So it's a different format we're returning to, but we just thought we'd bring it back for the month versus what we've been doing.
Okay, I was going to say, with you guys going back to Michigan, Auto Club is a lot like Michigan. Very wide, long track, and really get a lot of speed up on that top lane. So do you think you'll have as much setup on these trucks as you normally do?
Yeah, my truck is pretty quick. My chassis on the truck is pretty quick. I've been testing it all week just to make sure that it was meeting the right times and the truck was lasting the appropriate amount of laps. So we're good to go on the chassis already. So we'll be excited to get back after it up there. It's a lot cleaner track than this track. This track is bumpy. So if you notice on the back stretch, you see them hopping around, and some contact will happen back there because the bumping can get you to go side to side, and some of these guys are making contact as they enter turn 3.
Yeah.
But Michigan is pretty smooth, so it's a smoother track.
Oh, yeah, and I definitely warned all our viewers out there that there would be some bumps entering turn 3. I'm very well versed with this track, so I know it's kind of a left, right, left, and you got to kind of hold the wheel, steady. Otherwise, you will start sliding all over the track and lined up for the entry into 3. But, Ray, we will go ahead and kind of close it up here, bud, and go ahead and give me some of those shout-outs.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the guys that raced with us, the In Honor team. It's TJ Krober, who had a solid month, but TJ got the final stage curse and wasn't able to get a win, but he set 6 poles. He's won at least 7 stages and just couldn't pull out the win. But his team, Eric Naroski, Ben Lindley, Anthony Shook, they always put up a good show. We're happy for D&D Graphics to come in. That's Josh Bittner and Ricky Wittenberg. Wittenberg makes some really nice paint, so if you're looking for a paint for your car, Ricky does a great job. He does all our admin cars. We'd like to say, just thank you to everybody who donated. Our purse for this race is $600. So that's a big purse for this track. So we thank everybody who made the donations possible, that we could pay all the positions 1st through 10th, all your stage winners, pole sitter, fastest lap, hard chargers. That's a lot of money going out. So I still have to calculate who won what, but the winner of this race got bumped up to 150. Second place should get bumped up to 75, and we'll see how the rest of it pans out because we had some late-minute donations.
Cool.
But once again, we'd like to thank 10-4 Broadcasting for sticking with us, and we'll see you next month. We'll race all month, but then we get to the end of the month, we'll have another big race.
All right, we're excited to see that. I know somebody out here in the chat, it looks like Red Nitro 1616, Douglas Ross, made the move from 39th to 7th. So that may be your hard charger for tonight.
Yeah,
so
Doug Ross was struggling with communications, but he was hanging in there, and I'm really proud of him, man. He struggled early, but I told him to stay patient, and he did. He did all he could to get himself into the top 10.
All righty, and that is Ray Garcia. Man, you did a fantastic job tonight, and I can't wait to see you guys next month.
All right, we'll look forward to seeing you guys then.
Cool. All right, thanks, bud. All right, Kynan, and man, we've got to reel in our race winner. I've got to find this guy. I mean, he put this thing away and really owned it here tonight. And Ray Lane, we talked to you, we talked to you at the end of stage 3 and really how you were feeling going into stage 2. Here you are with the win. Does this clear up any of the bad juju you've had flying around you lately?
I hope so. It feels good to get it. Thanks for Ray for allowing me to come and race it. I don't know. I just knew how to shoot the middle on that start after turn 1 and 2. I got to go. Then that caution came out. I said, this is good.
Yeah, there was another one. I believe you made a dangerous cut earlier in the race. I believe it was around lap 80 or so. you almost took the nose off that 82 machine. I mean,
I did.
that was close.
It said clear, and I just went.
Holy
It
cow.
said-
I was gonna say, because we were like, oh, because we thought, because not, but a few laps before, we saw what a top four pile up will end up doing is it took out the rest of the field, and the carnage collected over 20 trucks. Man, but you were able to pull it out. You came, I believe, let's see if my thing shows right. You picked up 14 positions from when you started this race and won it.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, really. It's hard
If I didn't overshoot my pit box a couple times, I probably should have led more laps, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you were, but that's the thing here at these speedways is when you get pulled away. Normally, you depend on the draft, to kind of keep you in front, or people catching up. People just couldn't seem to catch you, and I think you just had those turns. We were taking a look. You were picking up almost a tenth a lap on the turns. But I believe Stephenson was catching you on the straightaways, of course, using that draft. Really,
Yeah.
You had the line here tonight. What? I'm not sure. I'm hoping this is going to clear up some of that, like I said, that dark cloud over your head, especially when I, see you over at Racing Revolution for the finale race. I'm hope you're able to kind of squeeze in for that one. I'm sure Robert Rader, Kevin Orlando, and those guys over there would be able to door you a little more because unfortunately you spun out at Pocono, but you win here tonight. What was the solution? What was the deal? Did you end up taking 4 tires before you went out there for this last run?
I took 2.
Really? Only took
Yeah.
2. Okay.
Actually, in the third stage, when I pitted, I only took 2 tires and a full tank too. And I just feel like people were burning up their tires too much. Like I was actually letting off in the turns, so
Yeah.
I feel like they was burning up their right front.
Yeah, definitely crazy. Normally, I'm pretty adamant about taking that high line, but you dive so low, almost touching that white line, which is almost suicide for some drivers. But it worked perfectly for you here tonight. Man, really. I'm gonna wrap this up. I know you finally got in the winner's circle. We chatted with you a bunch down there on pit road, but you took this one away here tonight. Go ahead and give us some of those shout outs there, Ray.
I just want to thank Ray for allowing me to race it in the big show, and y'all for broadcasting it, and that's pretty much it.
Man, really a fantastic job. I'm hoping you get some more viewers out there rooting for you. I know Stellar Stella out here that also joins us here, joins you at the Racing Revolution on Wednesday nights, was calling it. Way to go, Ray Lene, now for the win.
I told him to go ahead and call me that tonight.
Yeah. So and then she said she called it. So hooray for Ray. So great job tonight, bud, and I hope to see you next month here at the Big Show if you're able to make it out.
I should be able to. It just depends if I'm racing or not, because I race in real life too. So.
Oh man. Well, I was gonna say we'll try to line that up, try to narrow that time and date down. Normally they kind of switch between the Saturday or a Sunday night we've seen before, but regardless, it'll be the last day. Man, really great job tonight, and I hope to see you next month.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, take it easy.
Have a good one.
All right, Kynan, and there it is, the ending of the Big Show here for the final day in July. It's been a hot summer up here in the U.S. I'm sure it's probably cold down there in Australia for you. This being a race of endurance that you see, and Ray Lane was able to kind of take this away here. I'm really impressed to see what he was able to do in that full throttle 44 Ford.
Yeah, we have seen Ray Lane having pace many times before, but he's finally been able to become Ray Lane in victory lane, so good job to him. He's also managed to pick up an extra $25 on what we originally thought, making it $150, so that's definitely going to be nice as well. But the Big Show delivered again. I know I was a little bit late, but it was definitely worth coming out to. So if the viewers want to check it out next time, may as well subscribe. And if you enjoyed this broadcast, give it a like, because it'll show how much that you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. Don't forget, subscribe, like, hit that bell. Make sure you watch us here at 10-4 Broadcasting. We're broadcasting all the time. Right now we're Wednesdays, Fridays, and here at the Big Show. So super excited to see how this gets going. You are right, him getting that extra 25, so that puts it at 150, and he won a stage. So 175, a nice fat stack of cash he gets to put into that wallet. Unfortunately, with gas prices nowadays, I just don't know how far that's going to make it, especially if he's racing here, Kynan. But anyways, thank you from 10-4 Broadcasting. This is Patrick Morrison, Kynan Jones alongside with me, and Timothy Hammond. We hope to see you guys next time. Thank you, and good night.